What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the third edition of YGC After Hours.
YGC.
After Hours.
For the fans, by the fans. That's how we like it.
Mm.
An episode just for you guys. And on this episode of YGC After Hours, we have Cole Clark and Isaiah Smallwood. Welcome to the After Hours studio.
What's good?
A combination never before seen on these bonus episodes. And like I said, this is just for you guys.
Oh my goodness.
You good?
I'm really sorry. I ruined your intro.
Yeah.
Restart.
The YGC super fans, this is for you.
Super fans.
So we are live.
Super.
We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And we're just going to hang out with you guys. This is the fun part. I mean, it's kind of YGC After Dark, but like the saved version.
Yeah.
That's early in the morning shower.
It's hard to separate us from you.
We weren't legally able to produce the YGC After Dark. So this is what we landed on, YGC After Hours. And if you guys have some questions, start dropping them in the chat.
We definitely surpassed 2 million.
What did they talk? How many? What did they say?
Has
the podcast?
We had 2 million last year. It's not a flex.
Yeah.
Have y'all told your YG story? Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot.
Many of them.
A lot of stories.
I'm creating them weekwe're
Have
Yeah,
we
you are.
hit 2 million listens? The question should be, have we hit 3 million?
Come on.
Flex on them.
We're so close to 3. Super close to 3.
Super close to 3.
We're like 2.95.
So you guys
like
should get us
that.
there today.
Yeah, this might do it. The YGC morning show? Yeah, pretty much.
I could tell you. Sam plays
Defender.
a Fender Telecaster,
Yes.
Mexican version. It's
Yep.
definitely sunburst.
He was very clear to tell me that when I was like, your guitar is nice. He was like, it's a Mexican version.
Which I've talked to other guitarists, and at the end of the day, there's not much difference between the American version
There's not.
and the Mexican, just the tariff.
just a little bit of wood
That is true, but you also sound like people who wear fake Jordans.
after dark.
Yeah, it is.
That is what people who
it
wear
is
fake Jordans say right
Yeah,
up. Like
no,
if you wear,
that's why I tell people it's Mexican, because like the pros, like
if you wear reps, you're like, hey, it's from the same factory.
Somebody's got
It's
receipts.
unauthorized. It just don't.
On
didn't
what?
hit
What do they
In
got
certain-
episode 83, you told Zay that when you hit 2 million, he could wax your chest.
oh.
Just being honest.
Did you really
Connor's
say
been
that?
waiting for that. Oh, this is scary.
He said,
said
I want to
that.
see Sam's chest.
Sam's chest has no hair on it as of yesterday, so I don't know what you'd be waxing.
Jackson. My
We did
favorite.
have, there was one
Jackson's
time,
Lakers
can I
and
tell him?
buddy.
There was
Lakers,
one time
buddy,
during,
buddies in the chat. And I know what
when
you're talking about.
me and Sam's friendship was growing, I would stay up at HTH. The real ones know. I'd stay up at HTH, and one day we were playing basketball, and we made a bet. If someone made it first while sitting down,
It's like a 3-point sitting shot.
Sam would have to cut the hair off his chest. He did it. He's a man of God.
Rip.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hair.
Thankfully, we're Sierra. I got a shout out.
What?
Are you good?
And then he turns at me every time.
He looks at you when he coughs. He did that at Orange
In the name of
Cons, too.
Jesus.
I just want to say, listen, I had,
COVID.
I need to say this.
Oh, we're not allowed to.
I had pneumonia.
No, okay.
And I was like not able to be in the studio for like, we kept trying to schedule a podcast recording.
Well, we did schedule it. That's the funny
Mhm.
part.
It was
And he's
already
like, yo, I'm sick. And then a week later, I'm like, does today work? He's like, still sick. And then like a week and a half, I'm like, you good? Still can't do it.
Yeah, it was
I
bad.
was like, oh, he's
Oil
like,
Sam up. Is
Yeah,
crazy.
boy,
was down.
I was definitely down and out for the count, man. I went to the doctors and it
he's
was
on the
not
road to
good.
recovery, though.
Yeah, I mean, like I have nothing in my lungs and I'm cleared, but then it was allergy season and I just been coughing now.
No, you know what that sounds like? Is when people blame sickness on allergies, is like me saying I have a real guitar that came from Mexico.
Yeah, but see, the thing is,
Like,
that
it's just allergy.
here's the thing.
I don't
is
hear
that-
Zay coughing.
Here's the thing is that I literally
eyes are
had
watering
like
so
actual
bad right
like
now.
I used to go to the asthma and allergy and get like 2 shots a week. Like it was really bad when I was young. And then basically it's been like a pretty much every summer thing. People
No.
don't, you can tell the difference because
No.
if it's clear mucus and if it's clear mucus and if it changes when you start taking like your little medicine joint, then you know it's allergies. If it's like you get a fever, you have like green mucus,
That's when you're sick.
you're kicked. But I used to get sinus infections like twice every spring.
Oh, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, because it would turn, because the allergies would turn in. And so I just had an intern the other day, and they were like doing the same thing. And I was like, you just need to take allergy medicine. And they were like, no, I got a sore throat. That I'm like,
allergy medicine.
and they went to the doctor
Flonase.
and they were like, the doctor was like, yeah, you don't have a sinus infection yet, but you need to take allergy medicine over the counter. I'm like, Dr. Cole.
That
Doctor.
Cleared and clear.
J Matt
J-Matt said, what is one YGC story that you all would love to be a part of?
None of them.
None of them. We have gotten that question before, but I think I said the goat story would be kind of funny.
Well,
Like just to be there.
just to witness it.
To be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, there we go.
That would have been fun.
I just feel like, I don't know. Is there one where someone ends up getting a settlement? That would have been great.
That's the one.
I want to be a
I would
part
have
of
been
that
a part
one.
of that one.
Yeah.
I haven't actually heard of
That'd
it.
have been like my leg.
Except the one where they remember that original one where he like pretended to give a kid his car.
Pretend.
You remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
and then
From
had
like
to do it
season
with-
1.
I do.
And then he's
had to
like,
do it legally or something.
and then he's like, actually, like it was just a game. Like I'm just kidding. And the kid went home and told his mom. His mom freaked out and made the church buy him a car. Yeah,
yeah.
because so he put.
No,
It was like a what's in
I'm
the
sure
box.
he has.
that's a good
Well, it
trick.
was like, so he put his car. This is just dumb that he did this. He put his car keys in one box and then like a bunch of cash in his other hand. And he's like, which one do you want? Like, this is the game. And the kid's like, I'll take the box. And he's like, great. So the kid thought he won a car. And he's like, all right, it was just a game.
No, he
like-
didn't think.
Yeah. He ended up.
That boy won that vehicle.
Sam looks like he's killed a goat. I buried a goat one time.
What?
Yeah. I used to work at a goat farm. This is random.
I feel like you should have started with that one.
I don't know. It's like better for.
Yeah, I guess I understand.
It's a natural.
Not
That
mad.
was a natural goat killing, not a sacrificial one.
Yeah, it was.
What up? What?
It was.
It wasn't a
That thing was
sacrificial
huge.
one.
We had to dig a massive.
Hey guys,
hole.
it's Elijah Moss.
Yo, the questions are really good this
I
morning.
love you.
Do you use? It's all guitar stuff. Yes, I do use a Helix.
No,
I
like,
use
what's
the
your
stump.
YG story? What's your YGC story that stands out to you the most since you started the podcast?
YGC story that stands out?
Yeah, I got
Um,
one locked and loaded.
Got it. Go
It's
for it.
the nutsack one, where his nutsack ripped
Yeah,
over
that
on the
one
tree
is-
branch, and then he like carried his nutsack,
to
or
the
his
doctor's
nut.
office.
and they put it back in his sack. Yeah, that one right there.
Imagine,
Is
imagine
scarring.
picking up your testicle.
Yeah, I would be.
What about
shocked.
looking down and seeing it's gone and on the
Nah,
ground?
dude,
That's
that would be
worse.
like that's like a top.
Imagine-
that is like a
Imagine
phobia.
opening your eyes and your testicles on the ground.
Nope.
I don't want to imagine.
No,
I
like
just.
I couldn't.
That's why it's stuck.
But that
with Cole.
story has definitely stood out to me. Anything where it's like mutilation, it's like
I ain't
kinda
gonna lie.
scary.
That one story where the girl lands on the rebar.
Oh, did I ever show you the picture of that?
I cried.
You showed me
bro.
the you
Because
showed me
how
the
she was
picture.
laying-
It was like the stake went through. Was it her ankle
calf.
or calf? Yep.
The way Shorty
That
was
one.
laying had me crying.
See, I think some people really think like, and I see it a lot in the comments when I'm going through the thing, and they're like, "This is fake. This is fake. This is fake." I will say that some people make good logical reasons why they're like, "This is fake."
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are also tracking the story, but then I'm also like, sometimes they get too into the details,
Well,
and like
sometimes
Sam will say like, "This happened. This happened." They're like, "If the sun was setting at this time, then
Yeah.
how can?" I'm like,
but at the end of the day,
"This ain't a
like,
true crime episode."
Oh yeah, the towel whipping.
oh yeah,
Where he broke his testicle open.
Yeah.
Or his sack.
that's the one.
Crazy.
That one people didn't believe,
Yeah.
but I
I mean,
know
proof for it
people.
didn't happen.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know people that have had skin split open from a towel whipping.
Mhm.
Like that's not uncommon at all.
Mhm.
So people were saying that the
Mhm.
force wouldn't have happened, but
Yeah. I
we've
agree.
actually gotten multiple stories just like that in from multiple people.
That's
Mhm.
wild.
Yeah.
Zay, why was you checking out Sam's cheeks during the vlog?
He didn't look. He just panned. He wasn't really looking where he
You
was panning.
obviously missed the joke. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, it was honestly. I'm still sticking by the fact that it was an underrated joke.
Did you guys watch the vlog? That was also just for you guys because no one else cares.
Because like that was a winning moment. Dang.
You need to stop.
According to the census, nobody cares.
Yeah, we put that out just for you guys.
Funny.
Those of you
got to give them
the
context.
30 of you that watched it loved it. It seemed like
That was funny.
You got to give them the context
of what?
of the comment that the dude made.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, you got to tell. Maybe they should just go watch the vlog.
Just go watch
Maybe
the vlog.
you should go watch the vlog.
You guys should go watch the vlog. There's a lot of tender love and care.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I do not subscribe or submit to any of Zay's homosexual actions, but because he did say some sus stuff in there. And as I'm watching it, we're not even 5 minutes in, and I'm like sitting next to a youth student, and they're watching it with me, and I'm like, I just want to let you know that I don't agree with the level of non-straightness that's going on inside of this video.
Hey, bro.
Like we're sitting in the terminal, Sam's like, what do you mean?
If we're
After
friends,
I'm with Cole, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he said, what are you looking forward to? I said Cole.
I just want to also say,
Because I was literally looking at Cole. My
was
body
like-
was facing Cole.
He was like, what next though? And
We'll
he
let
was
the
like,
people
you mean
decide.
after Cole? But you see, the thing is that Zay's friends be getting on him.
They'll keep
And
him
this
in
has
check.
been a thing
you
because
see, Ayo.
the first
Jay's friends be getting on him is crazy.
Because the first time was when we were at the first live show and Zay tried to walk up on me and I was like, hey, yo. And then I was with Buddy and they were like, yo, they getting on Zay in the group chat for doing that. and then I think Zay tried to get out by being like, nah, it wasn't just me. It was him too. They were like, it looks like he didn't want it.
Hey, bro, if our
It looks like he
friendship- hold
wasn't
on.
supportive.
If our friendship can't look like that, I don't want to be friends with you.
Fair.
To be completely honest.
Guys, help me. Because I have two. You know what?
And me and Cole are friends.
Mm. We're brothers.
Yeah, we are.
Either
So
way,
it can't
it
even
was
be gay.
it was a
It's
fun
true.
it
It
was a
can't.
fun trip. You guys got to see some behind the scenes. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Yeah, the link is in the chat. Sierra just dropped it for you
I think
all.
out of everybody on the show, me and Zay go back the furthest
It's true.
You think
in
so?
life. Mm-hmm.
Further than Pastor Cody?
I've never been on the show with him though.
Oh, I see. With who you've been.
I mean, he right around there.
yeah.
Zay's
It's true.
still right around there
It's
Yeah.
true.
because Zay was around that whole time that I knew Pastor
I'm
Cody.
trying to think.
But I
so-
mean, inadvertently, Pastor Cody's known me since I've been very, very young.
That's
But,
also true.
but I also wasn't hanging with him till I was right like a teenager. He's my youth pastor.
yeah,
So it wasn't like, oh, there's 6-year-old Cole.
It was kind of weird though. Mainly because not our friendship,
Oh.
but it was kind of weird to
I
be
was like,
like
what was I
walking through the hallways of my high school.
Well,
and
you
then
were
having,
older
like,
too, right?
Yeah,
He was older than me.
having Cole come up to me and then my friends being like, "Who's that?" I was just like,
Who's that
I would be
seven-
real because I'm not one to like fake or nothing like that. I'm just like, that's my guy. You know what I mean? Because Cole's always been that guy for real.
Zay was the same. He just cussed.
I was.
Yeah.
I was a sailor, boy.
Like we would,
I had the Bible in my hand.
but me and Zay both knew where we like
dirt in my mouth.
You know the people who be like, one day I know I'm gonna end up saved.
Absolutely.
That was really me and Zay the whole time.
The whole time.
Because we
everybody in the school knew.
yeah, because we would do this thing, and it was like only me and Zay, and then there was this other kid we knew that would go.
Who?
I wonder
who
who
was
that
it?
Gustin? Is that Gustin?
Oh, he's still local. That's my guy.
Yeah. I used to hang out with him a little bit, but we would go to the flagpole
Zay cussing is
we would go to
That's
what
wild.
was it every week, once a week.
Somebody says Zay's a real one. I appreciate you.
We would go to the flagpole once
For
a
what,
week,
cussing?
and I appreciate you for cussing. Me and Zay would go to the flagpole once a week, and we would pray, and
Wednesdays.
everyone would watch us because the windows are right there. So it was like I'm a Christian flex. We were also at a Catholic school.
It's
And
true.
so we would go pray, the charismatics had to stick together. So we'd go pray at the pole. And then we would be walking away, and this man Zay would be like saying goodbye to me, and he's throwing out like 3 cuss words from walk. And mind you, the Christian, the religious director for the entire school would come to the pole with us. And so me and Zay have to walk the separate wings. And Zay's like, see you later, ma. He's just going crazy.
I don't believe that's cuss word. But anyway.
Hey, let me say this though. In a majority white college preparatory school, that is one of the worst words.
I kept it real though. I kept it real.
He said other words too.
I feel like
Yeah, I
your white to black ratio of your school was the same as my town growing up.
It was.
Like there probably wasn't a lot, right?
No, there was more at my school.
Yeah,
There was probably more black people.
Yeah,
Actually, you're right. Probably at your school
yeah.
than my whole town.
100%.
Yeah, no, for
100%.
sure. It was. Yeah, I don't even know if it is majority white Caucasian.
Could you get in trouble at Catholic school for cussing though? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Dude,
I don't know how strict.
We had to pay.
Yes.
Bro, we had to pay $5 if we had to pay $5 if we got caught chewing gum in the hallway.
Oh,
Who made you pay $5?
Coach D.
Boy, yeah, right.
I'm just letting you know, bro.
Honestly, bro, I'm gonna be
At least
real.
with the middle school. Well, I was in middle school.
I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all that I did what I wanted to,
but you did what you wanted.
but I did what I wanted to at that school, man. It was wild.
That's how it got when I got older.
It was
Yeah.
it was a tight flex because
So when Sam cussed, yeah.
as a singer, everybody found out I could sing in high school. So like
Yeah, it just happened. It was really secretive. Zay would be singing through the hallway, and Zay would be hitting crazy notes though. And them hallways were blank, so it reverberated.
It's true.
Just had good
Everyone
reverb
knew
on
after
it.
the first time.
He's like, somehow people found out I could sing.
Everybody knew I could sing. So after that, it was just like, oh, Zay, yeah, he's a singer. Go
they
up
let
to
the
him.
singers do whatever they want, but not the guys that play sports, right?
It was wild. Like I would literally get out of class. It was so cool. I would get out of class to go and learn our school alma mater for 3 hours.
Is that a song?
Yeah, it's like
What
yeah,
was
you're
it?
homeschooled.
I forget it. You must know it. You learned it for 3
I do.
years.
I know it by
You
heart.
learned
I'm
it
not
for
about to sing it. This is
I
crazy.
think I heard like Wellsboro High School's alma mater one time in
Yeah.
4 years.
Well, ours was originally ran by Sisters of Mercy. So when me and Zay were in school, we had the sisters, which I don't get what the difference between the sisters and the nuns are. I think it's just like
thing.
I think the nun has like a
Sisters are the ones
qualification.
that can't get married.
Yeah, no,
The nuns
yeah,
are the ones.
that can't. Yeah,
that can't.
the nuns are like
Oh.
women Catholic priests.
Gotcha.
Like there's qualifications they have to meet. Like I think there's qualifications. Sierra's looking up, but I think
Yeah.
there's even qualifications what you cannot have done before. But I don't know. I guess that's not true with everything. But
Yep, how they live out
literally.
their religious vocation.
Literally.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
mhm.
So the sisters have a little bit more of a
So the sisters can still
shaky life.
they
shaky
can
path.
still be abstinent, but
Mhm.
they don't have
it's
to.
less strict.
Right. Yeah. So we have sisters that ran the church.
So if I was to be Catholic, I need to be a sister.
Can priests get married, or is that just deacons?
Nope. Priests
Help us
can't.
out, chat.
Priests cannot get married.
Can priests get married?
Priests cannot be
Catholic.
married in a traditional Roman Catholic church. Priests take a vow of abstinence for their whole life.
Oh, they can't. You're right.
Mhm.
Roman Catholic Church.
Yep. I mean, I think there's some flexibility in the charismatic
Some of them.
portion. Yeah.
Eastern Catholic churches, you can do it before.
See, but Eastern Orthodox is like a whole different denomination. From,
is Eastern Orthodox like the
That's the-
Pentecostal version
no,
of?
no.
Oh, okay.
Rich wants
No,
to know.
they're just like a different sect. Like they be beefing with each other, honestly.
Rich wants to know. Actually, real quick, Tessa said that Sierra is the real MVP
She is.
for pulling through with the Google search. Yeah, she's
She is.
100%.
quick with the
She is. She's
with the
quick with it.
typing. Rich said, "Wait, so were you all Catholic, or did you just go to Catholic school?"
Boy, I ain't never been Catholic in my life.
Me neither. We were never Catholic.
Same here,
No, sir.
But you know what? We're in a small.
but there ain't no
I don't know about
Protestant
small
school
town,
these days. So
but yeah, there's
no,
like
there
you-
was. There was where I was
Really?
growing up, but then we moved here.
Mhm.
yeah, where was it? Cleveland, Columbus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Yeah, I've just always lived here, and it was my parents didn't want me to go to public school. I mean, even though I ended up going to public school, they didn't want me to go to public school.
Couldn't you have gone to
I went to like every school around here, bro.
the Christian school?
I did. I even went to a Christian school. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But
Oh
I-
yeah, there is a Christian. I forgot about
I
that.
left
yeah.
that school because I was very involved in sports, and it was like, yeah, you're not going anywhere
Temptation is
playing
crazy.
here.
Why
So-
would you just type temptation? Like what?
Why do most
what are we
Christians not
doing?
live together until marriage? What are you trying to
stay,
get into? Our chaplain isn't here.
I get it.
Our chaplain isn't
To
here.
stay away from temptation. That's probably what
that's why he said. Okay.
He was saying into
Yeah.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, also the appearance of evil.
I mean, yeah. So like shacking up isn't necessarily the sin. It's just the open door to sin.
Right. And also, like, when you're in ministry,
Looks real bad.
there's
Absolutely.
you have to be conscious of the fact that and even if you're not in ministry, there's things that you can do that cause others to stumble.
Yeah, you get
And I'm not trying to put that on everybody. Like,
It's
oh,
true.
if you do, like, because you're not accountable for like everybody, right? But who you are accountable for, and what I believe Paul's talking about in that passage, is
Come on.
you're accountable for people that you have the knowledge that you have influence over. So especially when you're in a place where you're actually like ministering to people, you are aware that like, man, there's people who look to me as an example
yeah.
of what to do and to not do. And like, try explaining to a high school kid why you're living with your girlfriend but not bunning it.
Crazy.
This ain't gonna work.
Crazy.
They're gonna
It's
be like,
not.
you're bunning it.
You're bunning it.
And then you lose the ability to look at them because it might be a stupid idea for them. But also, like, I've never met a straight man who can live. I wasn't done.
Comma.
I said, brother, I just want to let you know.
I've never
There's one here.
met a straight man who can live with their girlfriend
Yeah.
and not bun it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never met one.
Absolutely.
I've met a lot of them that swore they didn't.
But they
And
were.
then as soon as they either got convicted
There you
enough
go.
or they got married, they were like, I was bunning it.
Also know that once you become like into ministry, even in like youth leadership, you give up your rights. You give up a lot of your rights to be able to like go out and do what you think is okay.
Mhm.
So like even if it's not like necessarily a sin, like at our church, when you're in leadership
know why I
or
just
even
blew
in
my
like ministry,
ASMR.
you give up your rights to even like sit at a bar.
Mhm.
Because why would you want someone who's like in ministry underneath you or next to you to walk into a restaurant and see you sitting at a bar?
Because
Like-
even if you weren't doing
Exactly.
anything, word gets around and then it's just
It's over.
a PR.
And then, like,
It's
nightmare.
over.
Like me in Elmira?
Yeah,
I can't do
everybody
nothing.
knows.
Wait,
I
I
cannot
can't
go
do
out
a
in
thing.
Elmira
Wait,
without.
I think
This is like pre YGC. Like this is not
Yeah.
YGC
Yeah.
for Zay.
No.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
Zay.
No,
It's
yeah.
wild.
That's how it be.
It's wild.
And it's not and I want to even say this, like, because it almost sounds like, oh, so y'all are being fake.
No,
Why can't you but it's not like
Buddy.
that, because you can't actually lead people to sin.
it's true.
And that's the thing. It's like,
Very
for
true.
one person, they might, and I haven't met them yet, very low percentage. They might be like strong-willed enough to be like, well, we sleep in different rooms and da-da-da.
Nah.
But I will
That's when
say,
you do the, like,
I
the
will
dog
say that
that, like, looks at you like this, like-
99% of people, 99.99% of people just can't do that. So,
Both.
you know what I really think the real issue is like, whenever you got a lot of questions about how close can I get to sin, it's either because you just don't know yet, like you're new in the faith, which is completely okay. You should ask all those questions,
Yeah, he showed up in my workplace.
or
the other day.
you
He's heavy.
or you don't care about, or you
Love you,
don't
bro.
do any level of service for the kingdom of God. Because as soon as you start trying to tell people about Jesus, you learn real quick
real quick.
Mhm.
how having the appearance of evil really impacts your influence and your voice.
bro.
Because then they're not going to care.
Yeah,
At
but
all.
Buddy was impressed with me saying bun it.
He said that was your black word of the week.
See, but Buddy just knows that is some word, the vocabulary that's been in my language for a long time.
Can we just be? Can I give a shout out? I love Buddy.
I love Buddy too.
Yeah, I
He's
love
having a
Buddy.
great week right now, actually.
Yeah, he
Buddy
is.
is such an amazing.
Buddy's on a
guy, bro.
high.
You know,
right
Buddy is leaning in a little
Yeah.
bit too much to my losses right
No,
now.
I think he's doing
now.
great.
So this episode is
No,
going to
he's
come out
been leaning
in
a
like
little bit
June
because
when all of this
it
is
was so
over.
unnecessary for you to like.
Buddy, the game's tomorrow.
But we're talking about
Come
the
over.
NBA
We're
Finals.
gonna watch.
Buddy's what's he?
OKC.
OKC. I mean, you guys know.
He's very invested. He's the
Yeah.
most invested out of anyone.
No,
who
he
was on
is.
This podcast.
I mean, his title
He
is
is.
what is it, NBA analyst for YGC. So like he knows
Mhm.
He knows.
what, and he's really excited. But also, you're a Knicks fan, right?
I love the Knicks, man.
So
I'm a
they're
Laker baby.
in the semis. The Lakers are.
You know why I
gone.
started saying? You know why I started saying YGC to the world?
Because of the Knicks?
Because I have a Kith Knicks shirt that says New York City to the world.
You know what? Sierra says she laughed every time she saw you doing your little singing dance on the vlog.
Oh, when I was doing the spin? YGC world.
Globally.
Also, right after he
Globally.
did that,
We got-
security came up to me and almost kicked me out.
Well, yeah.
They yelled at Zay, but Zay was ready to die on the hill.
I was ready to die
Like
on the
Zay
hill.
was like, I have rights. Zay was ready. Like
no, because
we're in a
dude just walks
private.
up. He did not explain who he was.
Just a
He
brother-
walks
just-
up to me. He says, "We don't allow cameras in the lobby." I said, "What do you mean?"
Zay was like,
What do
but
you
Zay
mean?
always does this thing
What
when
do you
he's
mean?
getting confronted and he disagrees. It's his tell. He'll look up and he'll turn his jaw away from you before he speaks. And he was like, what do you mean?
What's crazy is Cole has known me the longest and knows
I did not even know
that
That's
is exactly
hilarious.
what I
He
did
literally looked at me
in
he goes-
high school.
and
bro.
he slow his voice down crazy. He'd be like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean? I can't use my camera.
Well, okay, on the vlog, the funniest thing is Cole was touching the books and he's like, I'm going to get kicked out for this. And then it cuts because literally 0.2 seconds later, the guy comes over to Zay. He's like, you can't be
I thought he was coming
That
right
was
at me.
hilarious.
I thought so too.
Zay was
bro.
like, someone said he's coming, and I'm like, I knew
Hey
it.
yo,
I'm like, I knew it. They're like, he's walking over here. I'm like, I knew it. I'm thinking he's got to walk into me. I'm like, I almost said out of my mouth like the books, and before I could, he pivots to Zay. And, he's like,
and
no
what's
cameras in
crazy,
the lobby.
bro, what's even more wild is after that whole altercation, we won't even call it an altercation. After that whole discussion, dude, I was like, bro, what's your name? He was like, Isaiah. And I was just like, mine too. And he was like, nah, bro.
He thought it was a prank.
He thought I was
He was tight. He was like,
He was so tight.
he was like, you don't got to rub in my face.
He said,
I
bro,
just
he
doing my
said,
job.
bro, I was just, the camera. I was like, no, literally, my name's Isaiah too. He was like, oh,
okay,
word?
but get this. They didn't care if you filmed in the lobby. You couldn't do it with a DSLR.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do it with a DSLR.
I think maybe that might have been like his, let me try to be a cool guy lob.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he might have been like, I think that's what it was. Because I thought about that even when we were just talking, like, why would he let us record with the camera? Because like you got your phone,
Out.
it's not obvious, and it's like, oh, they're visitors. They just think the lobby's nice.
Yeah.
But I think they're thinking like other people, the perception of having the big camera is like someone's gonna do a hit piece on, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Higher profile people probably don't like
It's
it.
true.
Yeah, they had YGC.
I think
there,
that was
so
his
he probably
lob.
watching
I
out for
think he was
YGC.
like, y'all can record, just don't use that camera because then I gotta say something. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's fair. Yeah.
He was trying to be cool. And then Zay was like, that's my name too. And he was like,
Someone, I just missed it. Someone asked, how is our YGC chaplain? He is doing great.
talking about
Except Tim. Except
Yeah.
he's a Nets fan. So he's, if we're talking about NBA, not great, but just in life, he's doing great.
yeah, but the Nets haven't been doing great. So he's been all right with that for a long time.
Catholic
this is
youth
him
pastor here.
At a low, I don't want to know Tim at a high.
Catholic youth pastor here. In a past episode, Zay said that he didn't think Catholic youth groups exist. But for the record, we do exist.
Oh, I know y'all exist.
Thank you.
I've been there.
Thank
I
you.
went to Catholic school, man. Twice. Elementary and high. You know how many First Friday masses I've sat through? I'm not gonna lie, Father Chris was a G. A G, man. Like straight up gangster.
Yo,
Lived off-
I did not know many Catholics.
They got a little like, what is that called? A parsonages where they like live
Yeah.
off? Yep. He got a little house and we knew that's Father
the
Chris's
school?
house. And he would roll up and he would always give cool examples. Like he would pull up in his fit and he had
Like
like
a
a
robe or
baseball
something?
and he would like call people up for an example. But like I'll never forget, man, like it really take you back to like that mid-century vibe, you know? You just be sitting there and they got this big old Bible. They'd be like, Ave Maria.
Singing Ave Maria is crazy.
They did.
Nate said, what was your guys' favorite live show?
Out of the two,
Okay, we've done more than that.
We've done 58 and we're touring worldwide.
Out of the show is crazy. I think what you meant to say was 3, but yes.
Someone said, give Simeon, I'm sorry. Give Simeon Stearns a hug for me. I'm from Oklahoma. Sim must have been flexing.
flexing, bro.
He was like, I know the
he
YGC
texted his
guys.
friend. It was just like, bro,
I
Shout
love
typing this.
Simeon.
I will see him on Sunday.
We'll let him know. Anyway,
Nah, Simeon's a great.
what was your
individual.
favorite YGC live show, man?
I'm be honest.
You can say it.
The first one.
You're different.
The first one. Not the first one, but the
Rochester?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That one was pretty hype, not gonna lie.
They
The
were
first,
lit.
bro, they were lit.
They were
Yeah.
lit.
So there's a big difference between an adult crowd and a teenager crowd.
Yeah. I think dude just running up with 2 fingers really got me, bro. And then Sam saying it looked like a pitchfork had me
When did I say that?
crying, bro.
Buddy's holding me accountable.
Had me crying, bro.
What was a really memorable moment from one of your live shows? I mean,
Yeah, that
definitely
one.
that. You know what I really wish that we did in Atlanta? This would have been so sick. It's like a bucket of plastic roaches.
Right.
And just like as soon as we said that story, someone came running out and we just threw it into the crowd.
Yeah.
No.
That would
You
have.
want to know why?
That would have got
That
us
would've been-
never
And I'm gonna
invited
speak
back.
for my I'm gonna speak for my people. There was a line of 2 rows of black people right in the front. All of them would have ran. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be
the
honest.
first
I
time
would've
I
ran.
seen a
I would've
roach,
ran too.
I was
would've
out
ran
of
and
there.
I would have known.
I was out of there. So like, no, it would.
That
it
roach
wouldn't have been
story
good.
was
It wouldn't have been good.
crazy. A lot of people are like dogging
You good,
me for
Brody?
choosing the roaches in
Love
the
you,
in the
man.
Would You Rather.
Yeah, I don't really care.
What's his name?
Because what was the other one? The hot sauce?
The hot sauce.
What's his
Oh
name?
my
You
gosh.
see his username?
You guys have never drank hot sauce, so I don't
the
want
one
to
at
hear
the
it.
bottom that says "My bad day." What's his username?
JMatt 2112.
JMatt2112. Love you, bro.
My bad. What? Oh, okay.
Because he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that dude's scared.
You would have left if we threw fake roaches. That's all right. Maybe we won't do it.
Imagine that being your church hurt story.
Yeah, I went to go see this random podcast and they threw fake bugs at us from the stage.
And I just decided
one story.
I'm never going to a place
That
that
one
puts my
story?
life in danger.
would have made me leave church.
Which one?
The
Oh.
dude locked in the closet.
Yeah, you stand on that one, don't you?
Yeah, that would have made me leave church.
Yeah. That was crazy. Were you on with that?
But I heard the story.
Yeah.
They
that,
locked him in and like left him
that
there for a day.
one. That one.
That's
people
pretty much
were like
abduction.
fake. But you know, the thing is with these, like, because we have to put them on the show, we have to put them on social. Like, we cut out a lot. Like, people add a lot of context, but I can't read.
Follow all of your socials.
Red. Oh, that's
Okay.
a good question, Mac.
I
Michael.
we put. I can't put
Scoggins.
all the context. So, for example, that story happened in Australia. We don't know what building codes are like in Australia.
Right.
Like here, obviously, you have to have egress.
Who lives in Australia?
Let's look.
Jet Lawrence.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Jet Lawrence did.
Do you have to have a
Chad Reed
window? What are you asking? I can't
Here's what I know. Here's what I know
Okay,
about.
do you have to have a window in a room?
Here's what I know about the hot sauce versus the roaches. Is that
Bro.
you're on a missions trip? Weren't they on a missions trip?
with the roaches.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're on a missions trip. You know you're going in the trenches if you're going on a missions trip. Okay? Unless you're going on one of the fancy ones. And maybe, you know what? To the credit, hold up. Maybe the kids thought this is a vacation.
Cole will die on this hill.
But you're there and you
There
see
you
the
go.
roaches, all right? And you don't gotta lay with them. You get up and maybe you're scarred for the next few nights. But I had friends sneak hot sauce. Like, the ketchup bottles, the ones they like have at a diner where you like can
Don't
squeeze
play
it
with
out,
me.
right? My school used to store hot sauce in those bottles. I had a brisk like this full. Like one of the big bottles is like, quarter full. And my friends filled it up Probably
I
like
would not be friends with them anymore.
more
So-
than a quarter of an inch
So
with
the
hot
reason
sauce.
why he'd choose roaches over hot sauce
Because I know what it feels like.
is because he's been hurt.
Yeah, and it's not a one day thing. It's not a single day episode. And your burns, and I know people, I don't think it was on this episode, but I've literally watched, I think it was a Facebook I knew somebody, my dad. I think it was my dad. Knew somebody who drank a bottle
How
of
did we go to-
Tabasco.
I saw this on a
and
reel too.
went-
It was my dad.
I just can't remember where I saw it, but it was somebody in person. They drank a bottle of not Tabasco, of just hot sauce. That's another story that we actually have at the Tabasco. That was the story. And they went to the hospital.
Okay.
They got taken in an ambulance.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Y'all are babies about
For what?
bugs at the end of the day.
I am.
At the end
I
of the
don't
day,
care.
That's what we
I'm
get to.
not, no,
Sam
bro,
grew up
I'm
in the
outta
freaking
there, bro.
woods and he's scared of a roach.
I hate them. Hate them.
I get Zay. You know what? I could see Zay having a few phobias, and I could see insects being one of them for sure.
Is that Nolan or NY something? I would commit arson at that point. Yeah.
Hold on. We're not talking about having an insect phobia. We're talking about
You're gonna have
waking
one
up.
after this. And they're
And there are
parachuting
hundreds,
Yeah, we should have probably explained
hundreds
the
of
story.
roaches pouring out of everywhere.
out of every crevice of this gymnasium.
I'm going to be horrified.
Or you
the
want to
pitch black.
drink hot sauce, throw it up, catch
Splash
in your
it
hands,
eyes.
it splashes back and gets in your eyes. Double 2-for-1 special. Yeah,
Way better.
Sierra,
way better.
Sierra, can we find out the effects of drinking a bottle of hot sauce
You
and,
throw
and
up.
what
That's
it
what we
could
just
do to
found
your
out.
body and what it does?
Would you rather drink hot sauce or be covered in roaches?
So y'all know,
Chad
Easy
says
choice.
it would rather drink hot sauce.
Drink hot sauce.
no, this is because it's been trained to think like Sierra.
Also,
That's true.
you have to say, would you rather drink hot sauce and accidentally like have it splash in your eyes?
Yeah, but see.
or be covered in roaches?
All right. Hold on. Sierra said, or roaches crawling. It says, or roaches crawling all over you. Roaches weren't crawling all over.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, they
No,
were.
weren't. They were in the ceiling.
They
No,
were
you didn't hear they
falling
came
on
down the walls and they
people.
were in their beds with the kids?
They were falling on people.
Yeah, they were falling and they
Brother,
were falling down the
I'm-
wall.
I'm not
No.
gonna lie. That part of the story, I did not hear.
No, because I would 100% choose that if that was the case. No, they were
Dude,
hundreds of them. They
okay.
looked up. They're
All
crawling
right.
out the ceiling, down the walls, and onto the beds of all the kids.
All right. I
So,
didn't know
in my
that they were in the beds.
in my
Did
Yeah, they
last-
were killing them. They were.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were
but hold on.
everywhere.
Did they say they were in the beds, or are we
I'm gonna pull it
assuming?
up. I'm gonna pull it up.
Because
So-
I'm pretty sure that they saw them going. They started falling.
Yeah, see, a double-minded. What's this?
Chat a double-minded AI.
Double-minded
If you
AI
can
will not
ment-
stand.
No, because he said if you can mentally disassociate. Yeah, if you're not scared of bugs,
Yeah,
it's
respectfully.
an easy choice.
Respectfully, if roaches are crawling all over me, it's
Okay,
very
here it goes.
hard to disassociate.
They were. It said we looked up and saw hundreds of cockroaches pouring out the cracks of the ceiling of the gym, crawling down the walls, and even dropping up from above like skydiving bugs onto all our students laying on their air mattresses.
No,
Dude, dude, I had
Bro.
an ant, I had an ant in
Sam,
my bed last night that
oh.
bit me while I was sleeping, and that about sent
How'd
me.
you know it bit you? Did you
could
find
you
it?
feel it?
So I woke
Did
up
you
to something
find it?
crawling on me, and I was like, "Ugh." And then I was like, what was? I thought it was a blanket, and then it freaking bit me in the arm, and then I smacked it, and then it crawled down and bit me on my side.
gotta do that again, brother.
No,
He
I
said-
ain't doing that.
I was like, ugh. He thought
It freaked me. I
it
was
was
like
really
5
just Sierra,
a.m.
and Sierra was like,
okay,
"Good
let
morning."
me tell y'all a story.
Ugh.
man. At my last job, I worked in Ithaca, New York, and
Federal.
I mean, they already know. They already know.
Come on,
I
man.
mean,
Don't get away.
Literally, I saw somebody in the airport this past weekend,
What
and they were
airport?
like, "You going home now, Elmira?" I said,
Yo.
They looked at his bag and said
I said,
ELM.
excuse me? but
They're like, I know that airport. He was at the gate and it said
was at
Elmira, New York.
Elmira.
You going home to Elmira? How you know me?
Sam, talk about
You know me from the podcast? It's getting to his head, y'all. It's getting to his head. It's starting to affect us. The fame is changing us.
famous changes.
What the
as
hell,
well.
Burton?
So I used to work at this place, and what our job was, what?
We just found. I just got a good story. Go ahead,
Oh,
brother. I don't want to
remember
cut you
it.
off.
Remember
Okay,
it.
I
what
got
our
it.
job
Oh,
was
it's good. It
was
involves
having
Sierra.
to clean apartments after people left. I opened this door to this apartment,
Rip.
No.
and when I tell you, a cavalry of roaches.
In New York, that's here.
Yes,
They live here.
We got types.
yes,
They're not like them
a
Texas roaches.
cavalry of roaches, and I don't know where the
And they're
what the
fast
roaches
too,
look like
right?
there, but even like they were like this long,
Mm-mm, bro.
and about
I'm
this
getting
wide.
goosebumps.
bro. Literally 13 of them went all over everywhere.
They're
Yeah.
Dude,
red.
they
Come
are
on, bro.
gross.
They're red, bro.
They're disgusting. You want that falling on you while you're in bed?
Hundreds of them.
Over hot sauce
You guys
once?
probably eat them.
What?
We eat insects. They're in our food dyes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
actually,
That's I did
the
hear
mosses
that.
don't, but we do.
I heard
No,
that growing up,
respectfully,
and
Todd Moss does.
Let me
I
rephrase
refused to drink. I don't know where I heard it or why, but it was like this thing that if you drink blue Gatorade, you were drinking crushed up cockroaches, and it scarred me. I mean, I'll drink it now. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are
tastes very
most dyes are from insects and
That is
things like that. Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, yeah, but like some people just like be eating insects, just raw dogging it.
I mean, there was one crawling around my bed last night. I don't know how often that happens. But the crazy
A
thing is,
lot,
I saw it on the floor before I went to sleep, and it was one of those huge, like, carpenter ants. And I flicked it, hoping I killed it. And I think I just pissed it off because it came back for revenge.
That boy said, "Oh, word."
Oh. It is in red food dye.
You should ask. You should ask.
No, so it's not cockroaches, but often confused with them. But you know what? It's used in medicine for stomach ulcers, wound healing, tissue regeneration. That's kind of crazy, right? Yeah.
You should
I
ask
don't
how
know,
many
man.
spiders.
Bugs are absolutely used to make some food dyes, famously red. Oh, man.
Natural red 4. I knew it was the red one.
That's gross, dude. Yogurts. Fruit
I
juices.
eat a lot of yogurt. Lipstick and blushes. Just painting
Ew.
some roaches on your lips.
That's
Ice cream or frosting. Why do you need bugs and ice? Oh, because the food color.
Yeah, the food color.
If you color it at all. I do have a story, y'all. It's one that involves a character on this show that you might not know too well, but hopefully this might shed a little bit of light. I feel like she's grown since this moment, but we're going to talk about Sierra Moss.
Oh, is it the mold mites?
So it's already been shared.
so many times.
Like
We're
times.
going to share it again here on After Hours.
I want to hear your side of it. Were you there?
No, I was
No.
not there,
Who told you about it?
but I'm a good storyteller, so let's buckle up. But I know the culprit, and I know her tendencies.
Yeah, she's been on this show.
She's been on this show.
People know.
We love Mason.
Mason, May.
Alexis.
We should do a Cole and Mason episode.
I would love to do a show with Mason. I
That
love
sounds
Mason.
fun. All right, we'll do that.
So you know what? Is it worth me telling this story that we already been over?
No.
They already know.
You
We'd
already
love
know
to
it?
answer some of
They've
your
heard it.
questions.
They've heard it. Well, go find the Molamite
If
story.
you have questions, go ahead
Go-
type them in the chat.
Go find the Molamite story.
Molomite?
Molamites.
Yo, okay, one thing I noticed about Cole is he really doesn't know how to pronounce a lot of things.
Molamites is not a thing. It was made up.
And then
I
he was like,
pronounced it wrong.
I was
That is
listening
also
back.
true.
I was listening back to the John
But
Christ
I say it
episode,
confidently.
and Cole was like, "Oh yeah, like those motor oil phones."
I did not say motor oil. Instead of
You 100%.
Motorola. That's what it is.
I know, but you said, "Oh yeah, the motor oil phone."
You know what? That just showed my age. The motor oil. But the thing is I've learned this from preaching, and this is why I feel
That's how
like
I don't catch it. Is because you are so confident.
is
about
that
every
you
time.
once you and a lot of times I'm realizing I'm saying something stupid, but if you just keep going like
That's
nothing
how I'm
happened,
just like, oh wait, he doesn't. Maybe that is how you say it.
yeah.
He gaslights me into thinking
I got
that's how.
Sam gaslit that it was motor oil. He's googling it,
He said,
bro. Sometimes I
I've
make
never
up
heard
words.
of those phones before.
How do you say, like, what's the plural way to
what's
say
good, Nate?
volume? Like, it wouldn't be voluminous.
Yo, what type
is
of
it
string should I
voluptuous?
get on my bass, bro?
What?
Last night, I'm with my upper leadership team, the youth team, and we're talking about like volume in your hair. Don't even ask me how we got there.
Okay.
We're talking about volume. Matter of fact, the reason we brought it up is that Caitlin, one of our fellow members,
Yeah.
her hair looked like more beachy. And I was like, you got volume in your hair. And she was like, and then she, went into some routine that I forgot about. But someone was over here and I'm like, what is that called? Voluminous. Volume, figure out how to get more voluminous. And someone was like, no, it's voluptuous.
No.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure voluptuous doesn't mean that. But then I'm looking there and I'm like, bro, voluptuous. I feel like that had a negative connotation. Loose and ample. Very lengthy and full.
Whoa.
Oh, they were right.
Loose and ample.
Voluminous?
Voluminous.
Considering volume is a measure of size.
Talk about voluminous.
Yeah, you're right.
Voluminous. I was close.
Voluminous.
I was close. I was really
Voluminous.
close.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah,
Voluminous.
I was really close.
I didn't even know that there was a plural form of volume.
You see what? Sometimes I make words up, but it sounds really real.
That's a skill.
No, like actually, I'll be on stage.
I
make it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You say it
What's
with
one I say? Generality. That's not a word, is it? It's in general. But I say that word all the time. I'm like, in generality.
Voluptuous is an adjective to describe a curvy lady.
So my wife
call
is
Caitlin.
I just call my wife voluptuous, and that'll be okay.
All right.
I feel like she'd be like, "What the frick is that?" She would appreciate
what?
it. I'm gonna call V voluptuous.
So Buddy said,
Like,
Cole
what up,
gets on me.
voluptuous girl?
Cole gets on me for that.
I do like Supercross.
Could you
Frizzy Neo. I do like Supercross.
It says,
not only that, I used to race dirt bikes. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off, Zay, but this is
You good,
something
brother.
that's just ticking the deepest part of my
Cole.
joy right here.
I'm
Yes, I
shocked
do.
you haven't talked
Eli
about it.
Tomac, that's my guy. Deegan, okay, Deegs out here just took the championship. All right, we're gonna move on. But yeah, DM me if you want to talk more.
so Buddy said, Cole gets on me for that, but he does mispronounce things. Zay is just as bad.
Buddy do make
For
up.
I
some
haven't
reason-
noticed you.
For some reason, I love correcting people in their way of speech. I don't know why.
It's also a flex to do in a comment section when they're trying to piss you off.
I don't know why.
That is,
And then you're like,
spell right.
oh, and then you do an asterisk, and it's like you put the, like, this is actually how you spell there.
You put
and
like
then
that
you finish
y,
like
you
your
put the
point.
apostrophe or the re.
Yeah.
I
Lord.
love it, man.
You know,
Question for
Buddy
you.
does make up a lot of words though, and you know what? I just try to help a brother out. That's all. I did mention Jet Lawrence, but I don't like Jet Lawrence.
No,
I mean,
go ahead
I
and
like
show
him
that
as a man,
comment,
but
Sierra. Go ahead and show
I'm
that
not a
comment.
Put it
Jet
on the
Lawrence
hit
fan.
show.
I'm a
I feel
Tomac
the
fan.
crash out coming if Zay gets cut off again.
We almost had one from Shaw when he was on. with
Dungy's a real one. You know what? Shaw has had many conversations that I have been a part of. But you know what? Everywhere else in life, other than this podcast, Shaw has no problem not getting cut off.
That's true.
He is the loudest in the room, and it's who he is, and I love him. He's the loudest in the room, and he's loud and he's bold, and he, you know what? When he has something to say, he'll start by being like, "Yo, listen." He'll be like, "Listen, everybody, listen, everybody, listen." The whole
We're
room's
like,
looking at him.
okay.
And
But
he
I
keeps that
love
vibe
Shaw
going.
with my whole heart. He is such a great man.
Nah, he did come in and he was like, "Guys,
Yo, he pressed us, bro.
He didn't even
said,
say hi.
He said, I just got done watching the YouTube video. and y'all really try to like.
Make me look bad. I'm like, Shaw.
And it's
we can
because,
do
no,
nothing.
because I do it to everybody. But when you say something crazy, oh, yo. Oh, yo. See, these fake. They fake. You get more in the budget.
yo, I'm white.
good,
Yo,
you good,
look
you
at
good,
how
you
white I am, bro." Dang.
Nah, because like I've done it to you
Mhm.
where you said something wild and I just be like,
Mhm.
I give you side eye.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Shaw just be having them moments.
Stop looking at me like that.
No, it's true. It's funny.
That's the thing about Shaw is like, I be telling him, like, bro, that's you. Like he just be saying off the wall,
Yeah, that's bad.
He do.
off the cuff,
He do.
off the wall. He
And
just be
then
saying
when
wild
mans
stuff,
laughs-
and then he thinks about it later.
When Mans laughs, he puts the mic in his mouth. And then he
Shaw's
laughs.
laugh is one of the best laughs.
It's hilarious.
I told him, I'm like, dude,
It is.
It's hilarious.
that's why people love you on YGC.
I-
You don't even
bro,
have to
I love
talk.
Yeah.
Just
Papa
come
Sean
on
about
and
to-
laugh. That's all.
Dude,
they
we need
care
to
about.
get a stream deck and we need to have Shaw's laugh just so we can just
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
That'd be
imagine that on
hilarious.
a live show.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be great.
Guys, I was just talking about our Horseheads live show, and they're like fully in. I think Caitlin mentioned it, but they're fully in on the idea of us shaving someone's head.
All right, we're gonna have to.
And I think they already have a person if we go to Maine. That's like
really,
well, no, they already have a person who's agreed. I'm pretty sure.
you guys
pretty sure
heard
it's
it a lot.
Colton.
You guys heard it here. You heard it here.
But I think Pest Cody brought something
Yeah,
up. He was
somebody
like,
asked
you
us
should
a
have
question, but we
them
never
call
answered.
their mom from the stage and ask.
Thank you, Sierra, for scrolling back up.
That
There are
would be-
stories about that where kids
that'd be
call their
gas, right?
parents.
We
Parents
asked
cuss?
questions.
Yeah.
We asked
Yeah.
them to ask questions.
Come on,
and we
let's
never
do it.
answer them.
Yeah, my bad. We got on a tangent about dirt bikes and Shaw's laugh. So you scroll up, we'll look and
Cole
see.
is the LeBron
Hey,
James of cutting off people.
Miss Editor,
I'm good at it.
See if you find us a good one here. Oh, is it tripping out? Okay.
Somebody was asking us about church staff. DM me. I'll direct you to somebody.
Can we get Shaw Rax and Mason on an episode together? That is also a good combo that we have in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a fun episode. That would just be straight laughing for.
It would be laughing.
bro,
They laugh pretty similar.
Mindy, I'd love to do an episode.
You want to do one with Mindy?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
People love Mother Mindy. What's that?
We get in a lot of
Not
trouble.
Papa Sean.
Shaving a head is treacherous work.
Yes.
Let's talk about conspiracy theories again.
No. Well, first off, I got a bone to pick.
Hey?
I have a bone to pick from our last episode
lady
of
was
After Hours.
Pissed.
I have a bone to pick. I have multiple, but we'll start
Yo,
here.
Something just touched my back and I thought it was an ant and I just freaked out for a second.
Not him having ant flashbacks from this morning. Here's the bone I have to pick. Last time we talked about the nominations we would be if we weren't ours, and I'm the only one who honestly answered.
That's because I don't want to
Why are
switch
you looking at
from-
me like I was here?
I don't want to either, but that was the game.
Okay, all right.
And Sam was like, cop out, I'd be Amish.
That'd be
And Tim just said
I
nothing.
believe you.
And I'm like, Tim is taking the real
He would
politically
be
correct
Amish.
answer right here.
You
And
would
I
be a
kept
minimum.
pressing
That's what
it.
I'm
Like when I
saying,
watched it
Amish-
back, I'm like, what would y'all pick? What would y'all pick? And Tim was like, Josh. He just diverted. And I want to change mine. I want to change
You
mine.
don't want to be Catholic?
No, it was Eastern Orthodox.
Okay.
And you know what? I will say, like, I just want to be. I do respect him, but you know, I think I would change mine to like, I'd probably be Baptist. Southern Baptist.
I was going to say I'd probably be
Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist.
Before we keep going, guys, I believe in
wanna answer.
5 minutes, if you're watching on Instagram, it cuts off after an hour. We're still going to be going. So you have to go watch on Facebook or YouTube. So just a heads up. It's Instagram. It's weird.
They're not built for lives.
You're not built for life. So if you want to keep watching, go to YouTube. Anyway,
Just say Pentecost.
I'll switch to Pentecostal
That's
from
true.
non-denominational to Pentecostal.
Yeah,
There we
I'll
go.
do that. That's actually smart.
Yeah.
But it has to be not oneness Pentecostal.
We talked about that, right?
Yeah. I won't switch to oneness. But I'll switch to like I guess Assembly of God would be Pentecostal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, technically.
AG.
Yo, Tim
I got
Tim
AG
sent me
brothers
this
and
thing.
sisters. I would love to go to their church.
It's true.
Tim
I'll
sent me
switch.
this thing. It was like because we were talking about denominations.
Apostolic, bro.
And I did not. We were
I'd be
making a
apostolic.
joke about Amish being
I just
a
couldn't cut my beard
denomination,
off.
but they're actually Protestant. Did you know that? They're considered a Protestant
Really?
denomination. Amish.
Mm.
I had no idea.
My mom took us to an Amish church before.
They're stricter than Catholics.
It was cool.
I
Hey,
have never-
They eat at their church.
Their Cowboy Church that's not a
Yeah,
denomination. though,
Eastern
is it?
Orthodox have just become
No,
pretty
Cowboys.
savage. That's
Cowboy
why I
church
like
is
them.
just it's
Texas Church.
No, I mean you can have Cowboy church anywhere. There's Cowboy churches in North Carolina. There's Cowboy.
What is
churches
it?
in-
It's like a denomination.
Not
no,
JW.
It's just
Bunch
it's
of
just
Cowboy
like it's like our church.
I'm gonna
but
make.
just-
Can I make a bold statement?
Like
I'm gonna
you
make a
can
bold
dress as
statement.
cowboys and like you can like just do you.
What's your bold
I want to
statement?
make a bold statement, and if you want to fight with me about it, then we can do it.
Yeah.
JWs
Okay.
and Mormons
Okay.
Not-
are not a denomination. They are a cult. At me.
Ooh, the C
We
word.
can get into it.
DM them.
Stop.
Ooh-wee.
And there's this movement going
I don't
on
think we
where
have
they're
any-
trying to hide all the weird stuff in Mormonism and be like, we're just like you.
Before
Stop it. I'm ready for
Before-
all the smoke.
1950s, I wouldn't have been able to be a Mormon.
Well, you can't even stop. Listen, we're from the epicenter. Okay, Mormonism started here,
Literally
and Mormonism
I
started
did
here.
not know
standing
that.
on business.
Yeah. So just let's.
I don't think we have any J-dubs that listen to the pod. I think we do have Mormons.
See, we got some people agreeing. I just want to say, and Mormons be getting mad at us because we dog on them. I'm all right. All right, like
We'll be okay.
I'm all right with that. If
You aren't
your
the
leaders
first.
marrying 14-year-olds,
Crazy.
I'm all right
work.
with that. All right. That's
Look up
not
the
a
history-
denomination. That's a
look up-
cult.
Look up the
Thank
history
you.
of Mormonism.
I know JWs too. You right, buddy.
History.
JWs too are in that. They got their own Bible.
Chat's about
See,
to go
I wasn't.
awful.
I wasn't saying you.
Listen, if you have your own Bible and you got to use your own Bible to explain, and your own Bible carries the same weight as the Word of God, you are not a Christian.
Crazy.
All right? You are a cult.
Crazy.
And whoever wrote that book is a cult leader.
Crazy.
So J-Dubs too. I see y'all. I know. Y'all not hidden.
Buddy's in here too.
Buddy
Yeah.
knew. Buddy joined in. Buddy got my back. He ready. If we got to do a live to address this.
Have you watched
He'll be on
Have you
early.
watched the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Asked Joshua.
Yo, the fact is facts, but I'm not going to lie. They be
Put it up there, soon.
reality TV shows be
Low-key,
doing
most
everybody
churches
dirty.
run a fine
We got
line
some
between
Christian
the
reality
religion
TV
and
shows that be
they aren't
suspicious
careful.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to give that one to him.
The
but-
Amish are so strict they cut the power. That's
Dang.
funny.
Yep.
Someone asked, "What are your thoughts on Star Wars?" I mean, that was probably the coolest show I was able to watch growing up.
Really?
Or movie, yeah. Like that was it. Actually, everyone in our homeschool group too. Okay, dude, I feel
I
something.
never watched it once. Sam,
I
you think
Sam,
you got
you're
bugs
bugging
on
out.
you?
I thought someone was crawling up. It's really freaking me out.
You should check.
Anyway,
bugging out.
that's all we watched was Star Wars.
Sam can't talk. He's in discomfort.
Yeah. And then there was like classes of how cool you were in the homeschool group. So like, if you didn't watch Star Wars, not cool. But if you watched Star Wars, obviously you're cool. But
Imagine.
if you watched episode 3, which was PG-13, like you were it.
Oh, you were that guy?
Oh yeah, like it was like you've seen Star Wars? Oh, you've seen
Imagine
episode 3?
having a tiered homeschool.
Did you see episode 3?
Oh, you're
What
not allowed.
happened?
Oh,
What
yo,
happened in episode 3?
this kid's not allowed. Johnny's not allowed to watch episode 3.
And
Sorry,
that
bro.
was the
So
same kid who was like feeding you all the other bad information. It was like there's a.
It
sex
was
scene.
like-
it was
it was-
PG-13. It was like they had sex.
I don't even know why it was violent. That's probably it. Someone like caught on fire. I think that's probably why it was PG-13. But yeah, that was our tiered, and I would imagine other homeschoolers were in the same boat.
Hey,
But okay, thoughts on it? I don't know. Some of the series that are coming out now are pretty good. I was watching Ahsoka the other night.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Ahsoka.
I never got into like the cartoon Star Wars, but I did watch all the live action stuff.
Someone said we get our theology from the Old and New Testament. The Mormons and JWs get it from New. Trust me, bro.
It's true.
And maybe
It's
you know
true.
what? They'd make great street evangelists if we could get them to serve
That's also true.
Jesus Christ as our only Lord and Savior.
I would love to say this too.
Turn this into a Mormon podcast.
If we could,
Mormon-
as Christians,
just took a turn.
get the desire
Desire.
to want to spread the gospel,
Mm.
just like the Mormons and the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah,
do.
they are pretty good at it.
I got it, brother.
Yep.
Like,
I got it in me.
I know you do.
I got that dog in me.
Uh,
It's time to share. All right, don't clip
I
that.
know. And then me agree with you. I know you do.
All right.
But no, for real, like if we had the zeal, and the excitement to be able to spread the gospel the same way that, Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons do, it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of growth that we'd see in the church,
Do we think
the
it's
amount of change that we'd see
do
in
you
America
think it's
and the
zeal
world.
or what's the word I'm looking
There's
for?
no saving them.
Not fear, but like aren't they like told they have to? Like isn't it a rule that you have to?
Yeah, they have to, but in every conversation
good, Sam.
Right?
that I've had with Mormons, they love doing what they get to do. Legit.
That's what they told you.
Yeah.
They told me that they were excited
How
to
close?
go on missions.
How involved did you get?
Bro, to be
Say
How
it.
many
real,
times did they
Say
come to
it.
your house?
Okay.
Say, do
Story
you
time.
actively still talk?
hold on. Story time.
Sam's like, I feel
Story
like they love
time.
what they do.
Back in high school,
Really?
He's like, we love it,
I
bro.
had a best friend who was Mormon, and I literally went to their church on Sunday. I was around during their youth groups. I saw Mormon youth groups more than I saw Catholic. I just wanted to put that out there because of our last conversation.
Mhm.
But Yeah, bro. Like it's not only like a desire, but it's also is ready to take.
Yo, I just want to say he's like a very, very consistent watcher of the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say his name wrong on purpose.
Yeah,
Beatrice.
Yeah.
That's my guy, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's Beatrice.
Beatrice.
He also
I'm gonna say it different every
always
time.
calls me Zaddy Zay. And it's wild because he's the only one that does it.
Zay was ready to take 4 wives. Zay was like, he was a really good guy. I went to his church and Zay was like, yo, what's the part where
what am I gonna have? What's a man gotta do?
Nah, bro, because like every Tuesday night they would have basketball and we'd
That's how they get you.
That's why you
showing
like
it
it.
is crazy, Sierra. But yeah. And if
Yo, so I promise you
The problem is
to be crazy.
I've never seen a black Mormon. Like
You could have been the first dog.
Come on, bro.
Huh?
You could have been it.
Wait,
You
hold
could
on.
have. You could have been in the Mormon history books, bro.
I'm not gonna do that.
Black.
Dang, bro. Dang, brother.
This is crazy.
They
When
do
we rolled
exist.
it up.
They exist, man.
Yeah, they exist.
Wow.
That's gonna be the number one thing that they attack if they hop in the comment section. I can't believe you would say.
Zay
Yeah,
really
just like
wanted-
there's
we don't have a
there's
rich
no
culture.
Catholic youth groups. Now the Mormons are gonna come on and say we have blacks.
Someone's gonna react to this.
we
I
have
promise.
blacks.
We've got them.
Sam, you should
I'm
cut
gonna end
that
up on
out.
someone's Mormon TikTok.
Sam, you should cut that out of this video, brother. don't put that in the video.
Zay wants to experience soaking. Oof.
Ooh.
Oof.
I think.
What?
Oh no, that is Mormon.
Yeah, it is Mormon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what someone said. Those BYU TikToks are wild. They are, because they'd be like, "Do you like
Zay just
soaking?"
solved racism. Is crazy.
And they'll be like, "Yes," like, and like they'll go and they'll be like, "We also like this," like, and they dead. You know what though? Like, I'm not gonna hinge the entire belief of the Mormon Church on a college student, but I will say. There's, you know what? I appreciate their ability to want to share, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's heresy.
it's true.
And you're taking
That is
people
a part
to
of their
hell.
history. That is
So-
a part of the history of Mormonism.
Yeah.
Alex said, "Who are you most likely to hang out with outside of YGC?" That's actually a great question.
Hmm.
Zay, who do you hang out with? Actually, let's all guess.
John.
I was gonna guess
Yeah,
John. I was gonna guess
Or you hang out with Shaw a decent amount too, right? Or no?
John.
Okay.
John. He said,
I haven't hung out with Sean in a while.
Yeah, John.
Gotcha. Okay.
But John's literally my best friend. Like,
And then
my
we
brother.
have Cole. I would say probably Buddy, right?
I'm thinking of everyone on the show. Honestly, I see Buddy, Mindy, and
Oh yeah,
Mackenzie
Mindy.
every week.
I knew
Yeah,
some
'cause
black
they all
Mormon
work
kids
together.
who were about to
I'm
buy
with
my
Shaw the
Bible.
most, for sure.
Who am I with the most?
You know, like if I'm going to like hang out with somebody, like we're gonna go hang somewhere.
Yeah.
it's probably Buddy.
Yeah.
But I would say like who I'm with the most is definitely Shaw.
I don't
That's
think I
my
hang
brother,
with
too.
any of y'all, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, I actually like hanging with Sam a lot.
I
But
wish
every
I
time
hung
I
out
had
with
invited
Sam.
Cole over, he's always busy.
I wish I hung out with Sam.
I'm
but you
not
know what I'm
busy
excited
tonight.
for?
What are we doing? I'm not
Twice-
busy tonight.
twice a year.
What are we doing? We eating dinner?
You're coming to softball.
All right, I'm there.
Oh, bro,
I'm there.
softball's
I'm at
tonight?
softball.
It's
Come
not
on.
gonna be canceled because of the rain.
I was looking
Never.
at. Let me pull it up.
We
I was
play
looking at the
rain
weather.
unless there's thunder.
No, they
It's
don't.
soft.
They do not play in rain.
I don't.
I'm excited
It's
about
partly
the summer
cloudy. It's supposed to be good the rest of the day.
because twice. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Because
He's gonna crash out. He's gonna crash
Oh,
out.
crash out. You're gonna see Bug Up. You're gonna see
Bug up.
see Bug Up.
For real? Crash out was wild.
Crash.
Crash out was crazy.
Why'd you see Crash Out
Crash out
segment?
incoming.
That's gotta be a segment.
Because
Why'd you
twice
see
a
Crash
year
Out?
I get a proverbial text message from Sam Moss.
Proverbial.
Hey, we're having a fire.
That's a good
Just
word.
something small.
and then 15
He has to
people.
always allude. Just something small.
Bro, Sam,
Because
dude. And
the
then
fame, we can't have Zay there if there's too many people. So I had to say it's
Nah,
small.
bro. The thing is
He's like,
this
will the
Sam
fans
do
be
be
there?
having random gatherings, right?
Random, bro.
Like,
it
the
is-
most
yeah.
random.
I feel like Sierra be on some days. She just be like, I kind of miss small group.
I kind of miss people.
And
No, you know what it is?
And Sam's like, invite
Sierra
him
says,
over.
I kind of miss people. And then
The kids aren't cutting
Sam's
it.
just
The
like,
kids aren't cutting.
no.
Sam's like, I mean, we can have people over.
Yo, it was good.
You know
I
what
don't
it
know
is?
who just said Zay, but it is
We
what it
don't
is.
like having it in our house because our house is so small. So if we can do a fire, it's great. However, fires in upstate New York in the summer suck. Like it is so hot. So
It's
you
hot.
have a window in the spring when
You
it's
literally have
if you have one clear night
4 days
Or
in
the
the
fall.
spring.
or the fall,
The fall's really good.
but even the fall here, I mean, it could be pretty rainy. So you have like 4 nights out of the year that it just works to do it. So it's sad.
I don't know. I'll be doing fires when it's mad hot too.
Hopefully, I get that text message.
Well,
soon.
see, here's the difference. It matters when you start the fire.
Rip.
Because I could see y'all starting the fire at a reasonable time.
Well, what time would you start?
Most of the fires I'd be starting like 10 o'clock. It's like there's dew starting to form on the ground. Like it's a perfect time.
It's a perfect time for
Yeah,
fire.
us, it's like the sun's still up and it's still 84
YGC crash out.
Why y'all think that I would fight a kid?
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
you said you would fight a
Yeah,
kid.
probably.
No,
makes
the
sense.
one time I said I'd fight a kid is because of the fact that the dude was upstairs in the church. That it was
That's
dark.
not the only time.
That was the. Oh no, you're right.
Well,
Someone's going to pull up.
in terms of the hangout thing, I just want to end that portion by saying this. All of us are around each other a
all
lot.
the time.
I'm not.
And all of us would. Zay isn't.
Zay
I'd
moved
say
churches recently.
Zay is at a different
around
campus.
Buddy.
Zay's at a different campus. He's around Buddy.
Yeah.
But
a
you know
lot.
what?
I love Buddy.
You know what? Zay knows where to find us.
Actually, you know what? If I had to say,
And he's
I probably know where I probably hang out with Zay the most because we golf. He's the only one on the
that's true.
show that golfs.
Mm.
And then before that, it was
We
Pastor
gotta do
Chad,
that
but he
soon,
moved.
too.
Actually, you know what? Sorry, Zay.
Sam came
I
and
hang
broke
out the
the
most
news.
with Tim. Not gonna lie,
yeah.
it's my boy.
You know what I'll say is, I think all of us. I mean, there's some of us who aren't like tight.
Cole and
But-
I could be tight, but Cole is like a youth pastor that is like
I'm very busy.
literally discipling kids
Yeah.
constantly. So his schedule, and he's renovating his house.
Yeah. There's a
So
lot
it's a
going
lot.
on. But you know what? This to me, YGC to me is a part of my like.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
this is us.
This is a part of it. Like the whole night
It's
is a
true.
vibe for me.
Yeah, and
Like,
our
we
trip
pull
that was
up.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like
That was
we
mad
we
fun.
hang out a little
That was
after.
mad fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Like
be back there in 3 weeks.
that's
right?
the guys trip, man. Like I
Yeah.
really love
Trip.
that trip.
Yeah, that was
Like
amazing.
I wouldn't have
We're gonna
wanted to
have
been
way
any
more
different.
fun.
It was lit.
So Florida, we're doing a show in Florida in June, and I think from our standpoint, we're gonna have a little bit more breathing room on like when we arrive and like how long we're there. Because this last trip, it was like, what, we get to the venue at 7.
Yeah, but I thought it was
And,
perfect.
Oh, it
I'm
was
not gonna
great.
lie.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But it was
I
like a
feel like
lot of rushing.
It
So we'll
was
have
like
some more
we
downtime on this
needed
next
more,
one.
Like time in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Like Sam having to like Sam did his interview in his plain clothes. then
I
he,
felt
like,
more.
ran
I
back.
felt more bad for you.
I was good. It's all
respectfully.
good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, compared to like a
love you
ministry
too.
trip that we take with a van and 15 college students, it felt really chill.
Yeah.
Compared to like
It was that
loading
bad.
up a 12 passenger van with youth students and going to Seabreeze, it felt like
Yeah.
a walk in the park.
Have you ever disc golf before?
Marcus
I
Beard
feel
is.
like I have maybe once. It's I think it's pretty fun.
I just
We used to
know
play
disc
ultimate
golfers.
frisbee.
I
We have
just
a disc
know.
golf course a block from my house that'll probably take. I think it'd be fun to take the kids to when they're a little bigger, because it's like a. I don't want to take them to a golf course,
Yeah,
but I think they
Eldridge-
could throw a frisbee around.
Eldridge is on the come up. Man.
Yeah,
Um,
it's where our games are. If anyone wants to come support, you have a cabin in upstate New York, and it's either 80 or 10. Exactly what we're going. So we're filming this. What is today? May 23rd.
It's 50 degrees
And
outside. It's freezing.
It is Memorial Day weekend,
you have
and
Monday off?
it's Memorial Day weekend,
I didn't even know.
and it's 44
Wow.
degrees outside right now. It's
stupid.
yeah, it's not nice.
I just came back from Houston where it was 90 degrees.
You know what? It's not about the weather here. It's about the people.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie though. Like most of these places. Here's the one thing I would change about the state, and I think mad people would live here: the politics. Because
100%.
Oh yeah,
because
it is
if you put Texas politics
in New York.
no
Everyone's
one would
coming.
want to live in Texas because it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just other than the cities, what you got going on? Nah, I'm about to
Yeah.
get some real haters because I'm Texas people. My wife is from Houston. Not really, because everyone who lives around Houston just claims Houston, but she really from Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool, but even she would tell you, like, in terms of beauty,
Nah,
New York
New
State.
Well, New
is-
York,
New York
it's-
State
is
is
You
is
have
one
mountains,
of the most beautiful places.
I would say-
mountains, the Finger Lakes. You have
Finger
4
Lakes.
seasons.
I'm a lake boy
You have
over
dirt
an ocean
over
boy.
sand.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's nice. For
I'm
sure.
the closest ocean to Galveston or to Houston is Galveston.
Don't even talk about
and
Galveston.
you wouldn't
man.
even put your foot in Galveston.
That thing got
is that
radioactive.
the one? Is that the? I saw that.
It's
like
right by the
oil
oil
water, right?
refineries. Yeah, it's right by the.
It's terrible.
It's dirty. It looked dirty. It's the
terrible.
Gulf of America.
The sand's
Yeah.
fire. The sand's beautiful.
I
The
saw.
sand is beautiful.
I
Well,
didn't know that was a thing until I saw
Florida
that.
beaches
It's
are like
gross.
goated. But I will say,
Sorry, we have kids passing by.
Yeah, the
Please
mall is
forgive us.
awoken apparently.
I will say,
It's 10:30.
what was I
On
going
a
to say?
Friday.
Oh yeah, New York, Montana. I think one of the most beautiful things about Montana is it's untouched. Alaska.
I want to go to Wyoming.
I also
so
think
bad.
California is one of the most beautiful states.
I want to go to Wyoming.
Also ruined by politics. But
Colorado's fire.
but one of the most
Colorado's
beautiful states.
beautiful.
Honestly, America's just a great landscape. But I feel like you need to have hills somewhere, mountains somewhere to make it.
America,
And I do think San Antonio, Texas has some.
America.
You know the thing about
But when's the
New
time you
York?
met someone from San Antonio? I've never met one.
The thing about New York is you get East Coast snow here, which is not very good. So if
No.
you're into winter sports, unless you're up in like the Adirondacks,
Yeah.
there's really not much good
We just don't have enough money yet.
money for snow.
Like we were talking about on the plane. Like if we just had
Oh,
enough money,
you're right.
everything would be fun.
if you could just go, yeah,
Like
you're
if
right.
we just had, like I bet if we all had snowmobiles and
you would like winter
side by
yeah.
sides and
Yeah, that's
indoor
fair.
pools, we'd be like, bring the winter on.
Yeah.
Hey, bruh. Let's talk about what?
Zay's a weatherman, and every time no one wants the summer to leave, Zay's on his Facebook talking about, I've been praying today that 6 feet of snow hit. and I've never seen
Not
Facebook
anymore, guys.
comments
I've gotten old.
but Facebook comments be going crazy
My
on
feet
Zay's
in that
post.
snow, bro.
Zay really
We got to get Zay in an ice bath one of these days.
But you know what?
I
One
would-
of
that
my
would be
core
crazy.
memories of snow is this random night. Zay was there. I don't think you were there, but it was
Probably
a
wasn't
Moss
invited.
household night. And there was a
Oh, my parents'
snowstorm
house?
when they lived on Elizabeth. There was a snowstorm, and it was the most random group. It was like
It was
Buddy
the
Me,
most
Zay.
random.
It was like Trey, Shania, Joey. I had a friend who
Nah,
wasn't
bro.
saved.
Nah, bro. Let's talk
There,
about it.
my man
because I
Brody.
always catch strays. It's crazy. It's wild. But to be completely honest, I do it to myself. I do.
But we're all in this room. Shania's playing a guitar.
oh yeah, dude.
Shania being there.
Sarah
Throwback.
brought her mattress down from upstairs to the
Wow.
living room.
Wow.
because you all were snowed in.
Yeah, well, we were like snowed in.
I lived around the corner.
It was like a mama moss. It was like a mama moss. Y'all don't have to.
Y'all
can
don't have to
stay
leave.
here.
Y'all don't have to leave.
Right. We'll make breakfast in the morning. We're like, yes. And I remember
left.
going in the middle of the intersection and just doing donuts in a circle in the middle
Oh,
of the
that sounds
intersection. And it was just a W night, man.
It was a
hot
W
cocoa and vibes. you know?
I love a good fresh snow.
Just hot cocoa and vibes. You know, I want to say this, that for every joke we tell that's terrible, we know. Because Sierra lets us know.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's her
Sierra's
face.
our
Yeah, she
barometer
We
on
wouldn't
like,
be the same without it.
on what's funny or not,
Yeah.
or she just will ghost you, right?
Yeah, I told a joke to Sam and
I would
Sierra.
love that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a joke, is what she said.
Well,
Ouch.
Sierra posted a picture about food, and I was like, slid up, and I'm like, tell Sam I'm on my way over. And in my head, I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be this little thing where she tells Sam, like, hey, he's on the way over, and they're like, why, what? And then they're like, Sam doesn't know you're coming, and I'm like, it was just a prank. And Sierra just didn't respond. She just left it unread. And I saw him at church on Sunday. I'm like, did y'all get it? And they were like, we were just trying to figure out what the joke was.
I mean, because I was like, I mean, I know the food looks good. I feel like people have said that joke before. And Sierra's like, it wasn't even funny.
They were waiting for the punchline and it never hit.
Sierra's like, oh my God, they're coming over.
I thought that's what was I thought the joke to me was gonna be that Sierra was gonna be like, yo, Sam, did you invite Cole?
Did you
That's
invite-
actually wild. Yo, what's good?
Who doesn't
bro?
like snow, Simeon? My wife, actually. Actually, you know who doesn't like snow? People that have to load kids in a car.
Snow does
Because
work.
guess what?
Snow's cool for like events.
You could be
Certain events.
parked 3 feet from your house, but guess who's reaching down to scoop it into their mouth? Every toddler on the face of the planet.
That's kind of cool though. That's
Yeah.
what I did. I used to be like unlimited
Until they
snow
wipe it off the
cones.
dirty car.
That's nasty. I used to be like unlimited snow cones. My mom would buy the mix,
Oh, that's
and when it snowed, we just go out back. Off
My favorite type of snow was yellow.
it was the cherry. It was the cockroach dye. I was eating cockroaches since I've been a jit.
Woody said, question that's been bugging me for a while. Throwback to the anal pill story. The girl
Wah, wah.
starts seizing and grandma holds up the blanket. Are you stepping up to the plate?
I don't remember the story.
Nope.
But anything that has to do with a what pill?
A butt pill.
I'm good. Oh, I do remember
So
it.
I still feel the same way that I felt when we told that story 2 years ago.
Wait, hold on. That was the one where they were at camp.
They were at a conference and a girl, the mom came up ahead of time. I'll give you the story. The mom came up ahead of time and was like, hey, my daughter has seizures.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a grandparent with them.
Mhm.
If they have a seizure, like they have to have this medicine administered anally.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to like hold up
That
a
was
towel.
the first time I got canceled.
Yeah, that was the first time. He's back though.
He's
crawled
back.
back.
Sam
He's climbed his way
crawled
back
out.
to the top.
He climbed to the top.
But they said, so the youth pastor,
yeah, buddy, you're right.
they brought him on the trip, and Isaiah said, I'm leaving her home. And he got flamed for that on social media. But so they're asking,
Why? Did he get
would you? Okay, Cole's leaving her home too
Why did I get flamed?
because he's an ableist.
Because telling people that they're not allowed to be a part of something is ableist.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
I mean,
you being a part of something tells me that I have to administer.
I got an answer.
You're not going.
I can't bring you because I'm not qualified.
Yeah,
You're
fair.
not going.
I'm not
So
qualified.
the grandparent was there to do it if needed, but you had to hold up a
That's
blanket
okay.
or a towel and keep all the kids away and go like this.
I know what? That's not that bad. If I just got to hold the towel up, but if I have to administer it, I'm sorry, I'm not qualified.
I mean,
I can't. I'm gonna mess it up.
I would
and
think
I
it would
don't
take more than
feel
one
comfortable.
person. If a person is having a
if
seizure,
she is
right?
seizing,
The
and you
grandparent's
have
not going to be able
hold
to.
on. So let's go through this because I guess we're doing it again. if you're
Don't
seizing,
get Zay going.
hold
You
on,
might lose an
hold
eyeball.
on. All right,
Where's the crash? Where's the crash out?
Did you hear me?
No, what'd you say?
There's two things that get Zay going. When you call him an ableist and a Drake album, you might lose an eyeball.
hey, bro, that was crazy.
I said, don't get Zay going. You might lose an eyeball.
No, bro. So she's seizing on the ground.
I'm not laughing at the seizing. I'm sorry. That's not about her.
She's seizing, and
For her
she's
dignity, that
fully-
feels weird. Thank you. Why would you put your kid through that?
she's
He's
fully
about to crash out. You're right. He
She's
about to
fully
crash.
clothed. To be able to administer, you
Mhm.
have to derobe her.
In a youth
In a youth conference
'Cause they
where
said-
one blanket is not going to cover the whole thing
and
going on.
they said the only time that she would have a seizure is because of all the lights mid-service.
Literally, you're not going. You're not. And respectfully, if I'm the youth pastor, I'm not even gonna give you the option. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I'll give
If
you the
you're-
option, but
if
you're gonna have
you're-
to bring up
You're
some
gonna have
people.
to. You're gonna have to bring
More than one.
not only your grandmother, the grandfather, maybe the uncle.
Not the onesie with snaps is
Like when
crazy.
okay, having her wear a onesie would probably be even more embarrassing than her having.
We're
butt out
talking
in
about
front of mad
options
people.
here.
Listen, man.
Yeah, how would she
I'm over this
feel
story.
after that happens? Some of the kids will roast her because everyone's there.
It's
And
just,
you
it's
know
sad.
when a medical situation happens in a service or something, everyone's like
It's
trying
just-
to
It
figure out what's
says.
going on.
It
It's
says.
just
Go
sad.
up, Sierra.
I mean,
Buddy said Zay was spazzing in our group chat call for an hour on this story because people called in the group chat was like, "Bro, you're an ableist."
yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
think this
nah,
one. I
man.
think this one did get Zay.
Yep.
Nah, bro.
I think this because it's just like Zay's whole life too. Like if you just know anything about Zay's family, and
That's
his
what
life,
I'm
it's just
saying,
it's just like
bro.
the stupidest comment to me.
Like respectfully, I've been in situations where it's been amazingly embarrassing, and all you can do is know that people are watching, people are talking, and it's just like, bro, I don't want to be involved in that. Like,
But Buddy said, you saying that you had disabled family members is equal to a white person saying that they have black friends, so they're not racist.
it's because they can't swallow it because they're having a seizure.
okay,
gotta go up
I
the
mean
butthole.
that's fine. That's fine.
That makes sense.
I feel like it's a very big difference because I'm not associating myself.
You got to
to a
place
culture.
it inside the cheek.
Well, you
man.
said I'm not an ableist
which cheek?
because my dad was disabled, is what you said. Remember, at
I wasn't
Upper
even
Bay-
just talking about my dad, but my sister is disabled as well.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
and that has
That's-
brought up some wild things.
I'm just saying, like,
As a parent, I don't
Zay-
know. I wouldn't want. my kid.
Zay's got a handle. Zay just had a better outlook on the full story.
Zay said everything we all wanted to say, and you're lying if you didn't. But we got put in. Someone sent our clip to like a Facebook group of like epileptic
Absolutely,
parents,
they did.
and
Absolutely,
they all
they
were
did.
ripping.
So
into
you
us.
guys
Oh,
just
yeah.
got the Facebook group.
Hey,
That's the real
We've
deal.
had so many Facebook groups.
You got the Karens, man.
Yeah, we did.
All up in your comment section.
But
they downloaded
with that said,
Instagram
it wasn't
to go
because we
comment on
didn't
that
care
one.
about the kid. At the end of the day, it was for the kid. Like that's how I look
Yeah, we're
at it.
for the people.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
We're for the
Like
people.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Social awareness.
Yeah,
Not
I
the
mean,
high-
Can't
highest.
believe you caught alive on your birthday. Are you lying, Simeon? Is it really your birthday?
if it isn't,
Happy birthday, Simeon. Love you, man.
Upload a picture of your social security card, and then we'll let you know if it's
Yeah,
really your birthday.
we'll let you know if it's
And your
birthday.
license and your birth certificate and the last 4 digits of your.
Just pee on
credit
it.
card.
He done commented that 3 times, so we saw that. Oh no, someone agreed. They agreed with someone else. Yeah, no.
Last episode of YGC, what merch you flexing? I don't know. Let's go. Faces of YGC. The goated
Bro,
merches.
Facebook is a Karen safe place. Yep.
All right, go ahead and read.
It is a Karen safe place.
All right, we have 1 more minute on the card, so we will wrap this up.
Oh,
dang, I
know.
was just starting to have fun.
Love you
I
guys.
know.
it's been
We have
a
more
long
cards.
one.
You want to go longer? You guys
Let's
want
do
to
it.
go
I'm
longer?
down.
Let's
man.
go. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Quick
Okay,
intermission. We'll
intermission.
stay on.
And
We're gonna go longer.
intermission.
This is gonna be the
Let's go.
longest episode
Yeah.
of
I got till 11.
YGC.
I got till 11.
YGC After Hours ever. Quick intermission. We'll be back. We'll stay on the live, but Sierra's gonna get us some cards.
Bro, a Red Bull would have been elite. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, sorry, I saw that after
You're
hours.
good. I didn't even ask for one.
I know. Get your questions ready.
Yeah. Okay. So from
Same, man.
now
I miss my wife, man.
for the next.
Not to kill the vibe.
No, you
but- I do, for many reasons. Plethora. Can we get a Google is free? Thank you, bro.
Got you, bro.
Google is free
Both
shirt.
Yeah.
We
Been
could-
lonely.
I-
Been lonely.
I
Keep it
think
going
we've
for like
tried to
2
Google his free
Mhm.
shirt.
Dang.
Also, we
Mhm.
have to be careful what we do with anything Google on it
Thank
because they could sue us.
Appreciate that.
You hungry? You need something to eat?
I do.
Oh, he's hungry.
I'm thinking about.
Sam.
I'm thinking about our this date night I'm about to have with Sam and Sierra.
He's coming to softball.
We're going to softball. What are we eating?
Yeah, you can come over for dinner.
Yeah, what are we
beforehand.
eating? Let's do it up,
Hey,
man.
bro,
Let's
you
make up
finally
for
got the
lost time.
invite? I'm still
You
waiting
got
for
the
mine.
invite. Yep.
You know,
I'm still waiting for
you know, you have
Except for
you
I
know what?
had
You have a
breakfast
wife
with them.
here today
I'm not gonna lie.
to go on a date with.
That was elite.
You had breakfast.
I had never
Yeah.
had that before.
A
That was
Dutch
elite.
baby, right?
was
Alani or
elite.
Red Bull? Real easy. Red Bull. Alani is for girls who are girls. Rumor has it Red Bull has a Colombian sugar in it, cocaine.
That's okay.
I will say this: I did go over a year. Buddy can attest to not drinking energy drinks, and my life.
Yo,
Now he's back.
My life was just as good.
Buddy is here to keep you all
I
accountable.
actually quit eating sugar for a year, and I dropped 75 pounds.
Yo, Zay used to kill Amp energy drinks.
I
Just want to
down
say
him.
that. Just want to say that. Like I remember that era.
It doesn't matter.
Yo, Cole has seen me at my best and worst.
Yo, I remember that man Zay. Like I remember being like, I don't know nobody who drinks Amps but Zay. That's why they're not around no more.
He put him out of business as soon as he quit.
Zay was their only supporter. But I just
They
remember
just saw a
like
blip
when
on
he
the
would
map in,
pour
like,
it,
upstate
and you
New
know what
York.
was weird is he would pour it into a cup.
So
Bro,
people
I pour
wouldn't
every
know.
drink into a cup.
It's
bro.
like Zay
With
would
some
take
ice,
the
with
can.
some ice.
Zay would take the can and he would pour it in the cup. And I'd be like, has he got Mountain Dew? And I would just see the Amp bottle. I'm like, only Zay would drink Amp. And I remember being like, Amp, bro. He'd be like, bro, don't, it's fire. And he had Brittany drinking Amps too. The whole household was drinking Amps.
Yep.
So her dad.
What'd that person
her
say?
dad
Something about
got
Zay
me
and Cole what?
After hours.
What'd they say?
It was a-
Zay and Cole, some after hours collab we got. AA Ron.
Okay.
It's 1 a.m. in Melbourne. Yo, shout out to you, brother.
yeah, man.
This is if there was any place that you were gonna late night listen on a social,
That's
this would be the place to do. Wholesome,
Mhm.
you know.
All right. So for this last amount of time that we have,
Black coffee.
we need to,
Get out of
huh?
here. Someone said black coffee over energy drinks. You're a psycho.
I wish I liked coffee, but
I don't like coffee.
I feel like that's an
You don't like
alpha
coffee?
move to drink black.
You don't like coffee?
It's
No,
true.
I wish,
Bro,
No, thank you. In part, bro. Or do you
Bro.
not like it?
I hate it.
Do you like the smell?
The smell's fine.
I love the smell.
Yeah. Zay's wife knows what's up. But I don't like coffee. People
got
hate me.
it.
They keep telling me I'm
Again,
gonna grow up.
I've been
They keep
interrupted.
telling me. They've been telling me I'm gonna grow up.
You know
Again,
who probably
I'm
says that?
24. I think I'm grown up.
If I had to guess one person that said
Yep.
you'll grow up, it's Isaac.
Maybe
Bro, I love Isaac.
it's definitely
Benjamin.
Pastor Cody.
Isaac is one of the people I've known the
It's
longest.
almost every person that drinks coffee. That's what they tell me. Like you'll eventually. I'm like I'm 24. You've been saying that to me my whole
hate
life.
coffee so much.
Actually, the person
I
I've
hate
known the longest, they
Wow.
haven't been on the pod, is Nate Allen.
I just
Bro.
saw Jacob Allen.
And I remember, this is, you know how I know? When we first moved to the camp. Oh, yeah, we did. So Nate Allen, guys, is a good buddy of mine. He moved to Texas, but I don't know if he listens to the show, but he is the clown story. That's Nate.
Hilarious.
That's Nate Allen. So I've known him longer than anybody. But when I was a kid, I was probably 7 years old.
I also got interrupted.
The first church that we went to was the church, like when we moved to PA,
Y'all
was
clean
his,
that up.
yeah, the confetti's all over the floor still. But Nate Allen was there, and I was 7 years old, and I walked up to him, and I said, I had heard a joke, and I was like, oh, this should be funny. Like this, I'll just tell this kid this joke. I was like, because he wore glasses, I said, you know why rabbits never have to wear glasses? Because they eat so many carrots. And he stared me in the face. And I thought this was like, he would think it's funny because he wears glasses. He stared. First time I ever spoke to him, he looked at me. He's like, shut up. And then turned around and walked away.
Honestly, Nate Allen would be the person to do that.
Yeah.
I love Nate, bro.
I don't know if he remembers that. And if you ever hear this, definitely tell me if you remember that. But that was my first, out of everyone in this area, that I've known him the longest. And that was my first interaction. I was like dumbfounded. Like, wait, I thought that was a
the
good
first
joke.
time I saw Sam Moss. He
Yeah.
had
Sam-
crutches.
Sam looks like a different man from the day I met
He
him.
had crutches.
Yeah.
And I walked up and made fun of him.
I don't really know.
No,
when
you
I
didn't.
met
You didn't know what
Sam.
to say. You walked up. Isaiah goes, oh, bro, like he's like, what'd you do? I'm like, oh, I broke my foot. Da, da, da. He's like, that sucks, man. And then walked away.
I got a question.
No, he goes, I just don't know what else to say. And then walked away.
It was an awkward interaction. I thought I made fun of you at that moment.
Like,
I don't think so.
apologize.
I don't remember meeting either of you.
You were just around. You were like that
But that's the
skinny
thing,
youth kid.
Yeah, we never met. We
See,
you just
I think
showed
that's
up
the
to
thing
youth
though.
group.
It's like I'll start acting like we cool before we cool. Like I'll come up to you and we'll like bond on something.
Like we're
Hey,
older
hey,
than
hey, Cole.
Cole was in
It's
youth
actually
group when
Kenneth,
I was
but
a
Cole.
leader. Like,
Nice to meet you.
yeah,
We're
nice to meet you,
doing
bro.
it.
Thanks,
We're
dude.
doing left hand. Disrespectful.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
that was wild.
I want to unmeet you now. I'm never.
Cole was, how old are you? 24?
I'm 24 now.
So-
I was when you
Y'all
met
need
me.
a
I was
space.
When I
probably
was a
17.
leader,
17.
yeah, I
I need a
was
space heater.
I was a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in youth group. So I mean, I don't remember meeting youth group
Yeah,
kids. They're just
yeah.
there.
I was
just
in
there.
youth group for 3 months,
Yeah.
and then I became a leader while I was in youth group.
It's true.
He was one of those kids.
I was one of them.
My first experience
What's
with
the
our
awareness?
youth
That's
group.
because
One of
America
Mm-hmm.
is addicted to coffee. So
Zay went back to 2 stories for
no, he said. Meanwhile, you guys buying Starbucks gift cards in the vlog. I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
most
I didn't
people
say
like
I
it.
was drinking.
You
it.
can get a lot of stuff at Starbucks. You can get a matcha. You can get
I go there. The
tea.
banana nut bread,
Yeah.
a little butter on it.
See, someone watched the vlog.
pink
Thank
drink.
you.
but yeah, guys, for the next 20, 30 minutes, we are answering y'all's questions.
Zay, how did I
Like
meet
we
you?
said we were going to do for the last
Right.
hour and a half.
How did I meet you? See, I don't know. I don't remember meeting Sam.
I don't
Right.
remember
I
meeting
think
you.
there's just a part of me too where it's like I'm not a guy who's like I gotta come up and meet you. It's like
Actually,
we're in the
love going
same
to
realm.
Canada.
Like I didn't learn Sam's name because I
Toronto,
asked Sam
New
his name.
Brunswick.
I learned Sam's name because I probably heard it 15 times before I even cared about knowing who Sam was. Right. Now, Sierra, I remember the first time I learned who Sierra was is we were doing a project on creating we had to create our school. What's the book
Oh,
with the school for? It was yearbook.
Yeah.
And we had to design a yearbook and we were looking at a Corning yearbook. and I saw Sierra, and I'm like, that girl goes to my church.
Did you take a picture of it?
And
You
I
still
took a
have it?
picture and I put the dog filter on her. The dog filter, like on Snapchat, they used to go crazy. And I was like recording her face, and it was like a dog filter on her.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I did take a photo. It is somewhere in my camera roll.
All right, questions. We'll actually do this, guys.
Yeah,
All right, first one. Have you ever been? We'll do rapid fire. Have you ever been to Canada? All of us but Cole. Wait, have you been to Canada?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, we've all been to Canada.
Yes.
I go there multiple times a year because we have family there.
Yeah.
Just over the border, though. I didn't go there for long.
Are you doing any more vlogs? If you guys go share the one that we just did,
If
absolutely.
it gets more than
Nobody
53
cares about it,
views.
though.
Yeah, more than 50.
Does it really only have 50?
I don't know.
No, it's got like.
He's being
I was about to say it's got like
900.
900.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about 9
Um,
million.
Why haven't we been getting notifications about your live? You should have gotten an email today. The text did not go out. We just switched platforms, so I'm sorry. The text was messed up. So you got an email at 5 a.m. Why does Isaiah like the Dodgers? He doesn't. He's not glory hunting. He just likes the hat. He's a Cardinals
true.
fan,
It's true.
which honestly, that's saying it very lightly because I don't even think he's a Cardinals fan. Do you guys play or make music?
I make music. I play it as well. Sorry, those are fire. I got one specifically for Zay, but everyone.
Sam plays.
Is there a time that you crashed out during a worship set?
Play.
If so,
Have
why?
you?
I've never crashed out during a worship.
No.
Nope.
Have you ever gotten really mad?
I don't.
I've crashed
I
out
really
worshiping.
try my best. I think the only one who has ever seen or heard me crash out outside of my family members is Buddy. And that's because
He was called an ableist.
no,
Oh.
we've had very real conversations. But I really try my best to maintain character and integrity. So I don't, if I'm upset with you,
Except when he's around Buddy.
if I'm upset with you, I'm just going to,
It might be Buddy.
I'm just going to
Buddy
come to
picks
you
it
and
out.
have a conversation.
Buddy was like poking.
If we're not able to,
He pulls it out of
you
his
know,
hand. No Diddy.
what?
Yo.
So the pure all
I keep
things
getting
are pure.
interrupted, but
Here
I
comes
just
the-
try to be nice, man.
Because he said rapid fire and Zay's into a 3-minute dialogue.
All right, go back to, let's see the chat.
Buddy said that we almost got caught over the border, trapped over the border, and that is true. But you want to finish?
Nah, we good, bro.
Okay.
We good. We good, bro.
Can we come and be a live audience in the studio? Not yet, but that is a good idea one of these
All right,
days.
we gotta go back up.
If you
Sierra.
pay
There's mad
money,
questions we're
anything's
missing,
possible.
and it's because of me.
Anything's possible if you got money.
I make music. I play music. Sam plays music.
Cole plays guitar too. Don't let him lie to you.
Cole does play guitar,
Yeah, we
and
all
he
do.
can also sing.
Really?
It's in there.
What's your favorite food? Sierra doesn't believe us about Cole.
I do.
It's in there.
I just no,
Not anyone can sing. I'm gonna be honest.
I will
Be
say
honest.
this.
Our
At this
MD at
point
our
in my
church
life, I
cannot
can say
sing.
this. I can sing. I'm not the greatest singer. When I listen to someone like Zay, it makes you feel like you can't sing.
That's me. I'm
But-
like, yeah,
but
I can
actually
sing on key.
Sam,
I can carry-
Sam can lead.
I can
worship.
do a little bit of vibrato, just a little bit in there. Like
For me,
I'm
I
alright.
say like step one, sing on key. That's where I'm at. And
I've
like
been
if you can
invited
hold
to
key, then
sing
you're good.
on a team and and then also play on a team, and I've never done it because it's just not. It's a lot of.
Yo,
it's
it's
a lot.
good.
Who's your
I'm not
favorite
doing a lot.
worship artist? Right now, I've always loved Bethel music. I love I don't think they've ever missed, to be honest.
Ave Maria.
I agree.
I'm
Um,
thinking Catholic Church, Ave Maria. I'm just kidding. What's the song? I like John Wilde's a lot.
I do. Well, he's Bethel. He's signed with Bethel
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
Why is he
Yeah.
always singing Jesus image?
That's
because he lives in Florida.
He lives in Florida.
Legitness.
And
Yeah.
hey, if
He's
they're
good.
paying, I'm singing.
Who else?
Being honest.
What's another song I've been listening? Oh, my favorite worship singer ever, as of right now,
That's
is Joel
crazy.
Figueroa.
I don't think I've
Or
ever
is that
heard
how you
of
say
him.
names? Figueroni?
Figueroa.
Figueroa? No.
You talking about Upper Room?
Yeah. Joel Figueroni.
When
Well,
are
Pastor
we?
Tim and me and Pastor Tim are trying to figure out how to pronounce it, but he's my favorite worship. Yo, honestly, bro, if there was one follow I could get in the worship world that would mean a lot to me, it would be Joel from Upper Room. For real.
Do you know Travis Green follows the pod?
He does?
Yeah.
That's legit. He's
Yeah,
really
I do
cool
like
too.
his
Travis
stuff.
Green.
Buddy's always been a hater on me singing. I just want to say that from the jump.
Where did Sam live in PA? I lived as far north as you can go, dead center of the state.
Yeah.
Wellsboro,
Nate
PA.
has played with everybody
Nate, who?
in music.
What do you mean? What did I miss? Nate?
Yeah, bass clef Nate. He's actually like a super.
Oh, is he
big,
good?
he's
John
a
Wilds
super-
is a man.
He's a super.
Yeah,
big
he is.
bass
John Wilds is
player.
great. We love John.
He attends Kevin Wallace's church, Bishop Wallace.
Oh, no way.
He was just at Winterfest up north. Dude's fire. Dude's
Yeah,
super
John
fire.
Wilds. I don't know him well, but I've been acquainted with him.
Y'all
for
should
a few
follow.
years.
him.
Favorite Skillet song? I don't know. They're all good.
Favorite Skillet song?
They are fire.
The one that
Some of
doesn't
them hit,
play.
dude.
The Stars.
Isaiah.
Is that one of them? The Stars.
Stars is okay. That's a little slow. I like heavier. I
I'm a big. I used to listen to POD.
don't know what that is.
Dang. You really don't?
I used to listen to Switchfoot.
POD?
I love
Switchfoot is
Switchfoot.
fire.
Okay, one of my
Wow.
first festivals I ever went to, Switchfoot was like the headliner the first night, and it was right before they got like. They didn't get weird, but they like kind of like switched up their style to be more like
they did.
chill, like beachy,
Love
like
you, Nate.
surfer vibe. But when they were rock and roll, dude, they were so good, and it was one of the coolest shows I've ever been to. When they were
like
playing,
Dark Horses and all that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mess of Me, Dark Horses, Stars. Oh my gosh, dude, that show was so sick. And they had the long, like they had long hair.
long
Oh,
hair.
dude, yeah, it's throwing me back. I love like retro
Switchfoot was fire.
Switchfoot.
I remember I used to show like we'd be in the store and I'd be like, buddy, these dudes are Christian. Because like they would play Switchfoot on they would play Switchfoot on
They would do the crossovers. Yeah, I love some old. It's old. It's really not even that old.
Switchfoot is fire, man.
And I
That's so-
always get annoyed
that's
by.
what I was-
Growing up, I used to hate when people be like, "I like the old version of this band," but now I get it. Like I do. Their stuff is good now, but that was pretty sick.
I didn't know none of that.
POD, bro.
Only
Nate
knew
sounds
about
like a beast on
Newsboys
bass.
because my mom met Michael Tate.
I only knew about
That's
Newsboys. You know what? They have a singer that used to be a different band. I forget what it was called. There was a DC Talk.
Yeah, DC Talk.
I really like DC Talk.
Not
That's
you.
what I was
Not
talking
you
about.
giving CCM history here. Look at you.
Sorry.
DC Talk, bro. They used to have this guy with a really unique voice, and I
Yeah,
forget his
Kevin
name.
Max.
Yep, he has a very unique voice.
Saw
and I-
him live when he was with
He's
Audio
fire.
Adrenaline. He was
He's
pretty
You
good.
fire.
know who's
bro.
fire? 33 Mile. Their Christmas album, fire.
I don't even know who that is.
For
Three
real?
Doors Down.
What's the best way to submit
Nickelback.
stories at
Does Nickelback
YGCpodcast.com?
saved?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
No.
No,
My dad met for King Country. That's pretty
that's
cool.
dope. Sam met them all.
I pulled down their scrim one time.
Sam
I was
is
their
King
stage manager
Country,
for a bit. It was actually sick. So they open their shows with like this huge curtain that goes across like the whole stage.
Yeah.
And when like the beat drops, it like falls and like the lights go off. So I was on stage pulling it down and then running it off stage. And then I had to, so they go into the crowd, like the singers, the for King Country guys do. And this was probably the sickest thing I got to. I had to follow them with like a flashlight through thousands of people, like a mosh pit. And
That'd be
it's funny
fire.
because like if you look back at this festival, you could see people like taking pictures of the singers like going like this. And then there's just me just like with like a flashlight. But yeah, I've always liked for King Country. I think they're super. You guys ever seen those?
Yeah,
Their live show
I've seen
was
them, but I've never
sick.
seen it live. Like
Their
I
live
know
show
of
is
them.
something else too.
I saw a 21 Pilot before they became like super famous.
That'd be sweet.
They were touring at like camps and stuff. It
Really?
was super dope.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That the lead singer, he's so freaking active.
Really?
Like he jumps, he flips, he does like
It's like Benson Boone. You ever seen
wild.
his stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Benson's
He's
crazy.
fire.
Favorite
Yeah,
rapper.
I do like. I will say that's like the only guy I've ever like followed before they got big
Yeah.
was Benson. Like
Mhm.
that was
Benson
that was the
Boone.
one. Benson
Favorite
Boone.
rapper.
I like KB personally.
I can't.
That's my favorite.
Zay can't say anything.
Because it's not that much rap and he's more like hype. KB's live show, I gotta hand it to him, is very, very good. And I've seen a lot of
My favorite
hip-hop artists
rapper
live.
right now is probably Alano Adon
Sam seems like a big Jeremy Camp guy.
or
He's cool. I've seen him in concert a bunch of times.
Alano Adon.
Yes, Toby Mac was the singer for
I
DC
like No
Talk.
Big Deal. His
No
new
Big Deal.
album's
Didn't
fire.
he come to our church?
It's fire.
He did. Yeah, his
Yeah.
new album's
Before he was
fire.
big,
He's
right?
from
We always
upstate
do
New
that.
York,
No.
or he's from a
He
lot of
didn't
places.
come
But
Yeah, he
to our
did.
church before he was big.
no, he was big.
He was big. Okay.
No Big Deal. John Keith.
The bass in that song is fire.
Pretty much Indie Tribe. For the
Zay
most
likes
part.
Lil Wayne and Triggerfinger.
For picking secular
song.
artists, I would say I don't even know.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't you post a video about that secular music? Do you
Mhm.
listen to some at all?
Yeah, I do.
Who do you like? Like what genre do you listen to
I
most?
listen
if
right
it's-
now. Me and V listen like when we're on date night. She really likes country music.
Country
So-
music's fire.
So I've never liked country. Like if there was one genre I was like I hate, it was country. But some are a vibe, and I think what really changed me was playing guitar because I listen a lot more to like the
Yeah.
instruments,
Mhm.
and so I like Coulter Wall.
Yo, I got a fire country
He's
playlist.
fire.
I'll send you.
Cowpoke.
You'll love it.
I like that. So, and then I think if I was gonna listen, it's harder to listen to rap.
Yeah.
It's
harder.
Billy Ashton.
I listen to a lot of it for the art. You know, like I'm pretty up to date with what's
It just
going
depends on who you listen to.
It is true, but like if you listen to somebody who's like very skilled at rapping,
Yeah.
they can tell. Like I honestly love J. Cole, and I love
He's the GOAT.
like J. Cole is one of those people too that like if you needed him to, he could sing, he could do a whole song, no cussing, deep
He's done it.
deep meaning. Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's great. So I like J. Cole. I think stylistically and like art wise, I like Kendrick.
I
Yeah.
was not
I
into
think
country
Drake.
music.
I think Drake is this. He has this suspicious character, but he does make great hits, no doubt about it. Like
Drake-
everybody, like he's a hit
Drake
maker.
is the greatest artist alive.
I like music from all of them. Like I can tell you right now. Like I used to be like I know every word to Wu-Tang Forever by Drake.
Yeah.
I was not into country music. However, my cousin writes a lot of country music, and he has like a Spotify playlist that I put up. So that got me into it.
Mhm.
So I like his stuff. And then if I had to pick a really, really unsaved artist that if I like to listen to, it'd be Hardy, which I don't recommend this. It's pretty vulgar.
You know
However,
what? You know what V song V makes me put on every once in a while? It's gonna be so you're
I
not
love
gonna predict
R&B
it.
music.
V be like, can you play March Madness by Future?
Fire.
My wife, and it's
Fire.
very bad, but my wife really likes the
Fire.
start of the song.
I think for me, Hardy, it's because of the rock background.
Mm-hmm.
I just love heavy guitars.
Yeah, in
As a guitarist, I
moderation,
just like it.
in moderation. Sorry, and I also think too, like if you're gonna be a youth pastor, and you're not gonna
No.
know anything that's going on
Yeah, you're
culturally,
wildin'.
then
Yeah, you probably should know.
then like, hey,
You're wildin'.
like I'm not saying you like you shouldn't
In-
consume it.
yeah.
You shouldn't. I would say this: it's just about what you consume.
100%.
And if you can consume, if you only consume secular
Tahir
music,
looks
then
like
don't
she
be
ready to
surprised
go
when you in
home.
your
Tahir
flesh.
looks like she's
Um,
ready to leave.
Yeah,
Adam asked, did we listen to Creed
Can't
growing up?
talk down
I
on
never
Drake
did,
next
but
to-
they have some good stuff.
Bro, Hardy is dumb.
I don't
Um,
care.
man, there's a lot. I mean, like, what about Paramore?
What do we think
like,
of
come on
Skillet?
now.
No, I refuse to listen to Lil Nas X. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Why
want.
would-
Honestly,
why would-
I never
why
been a
would
Lil
you?
Nas X fan.
Yeah.
Why
I'm
would
not.
you?
I'm all right. I just want to
I
say
like
that.
Skillet.
I'm not
King.
listening to people who act. And mind you, this is like a few times a month. I'm not listening to people who actively hate God.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I don't care what you have to say. All right,
Yeah.
especially if you do it in a dress and you're a
Like
guy.
Triple X.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Yo,
You're wearing
Uzi
a.
Vert.
If you rapping to me in a dress and you're a dude,
do you
I don't care
like
who you are.
Forrest Frank?
even if you're Young Thug.
I don't like go out of my way to put on his music, but I've been seeing a lot of
listen to
his
it.
live stuff. His band is fire.
I love Forrest Frank.
His
Forrest Frank is
band
fire.
is
I love him.
sick.
He's not really in my mind. He's not. He's. I wouldn't know if I would label him a rapper,
No, he's more just like a.
but he does
hip-hop
have. He
artist,
does
or a
have like
pop
a few
artist.
songs that he does rap. Like he is more heavy rap, but like Drop. Like he just put a song in his new album called Drop. That's pretty cool. I like the beat switch in that. What's the one I listened to? More Than a
him.
Feeling on his last album. I listen to that a lot.
He
Forrest
look. Him as a person seems like a great guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, music.
guy.
I mean, I really don't listen to a whole lot of
He
music. to be
blew.
honest, but
He's blown up.
yeah, it's cool to see.
He's
Forrest
got
Frank-
like 3 million on.
Forrest Frank is a niche artist.
Yeah.
So everything that he makes is going to sound like Forrest Frank
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because and also nobody else
That's what
can
you
do
need.
what Forrest Frank does.
But that's what you need.
So like in his music with Surfaces as well. I'm a big Forrest Frank fan. I'm a big Surfaces fan. Surfaces has a lane in its own. And then you can tell that Forrest Frank came from Surfaces based off of the music that
Well,
he
dude,
makes
I
now.
hadn't heard of Surfaces, but they were big.
Fire.
I've
Were
never
they
heard of
big?
it. Never
Fire.
heard of him.
Yeah, I hadn't even.
But I
Do
know-
you have Sunday's Best? Yep,
No.
bro, I'll play it for you right now.
Copyright.
That'll get us taken down. Don't do that.
Yep.
I'm not gonna play for mad loud, but I'm just
Oh,
gonna
put it in his ear. Yeah, don't put it in the mic. Thoughts on Creed? We said I thought they were-
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Is the Texas Massacre still? Is the Texas Dildo Massacre your favorite? I don't know if it's my favorite. That was a pretty crazy one that happened early on. Keep dropping the questions, guys. Can you hear it? Do you know what it is?
This sounds familiar, but I need to hear like
The chorus.
either the chorus.
Can you
or
scroll up a little bit here?
I know that song.
Wait, that
Got it.
That's Surfaces.
I thought that was
Like
him
I
this whole
said.
time.
It is him.
Well, I know, but I thought it was his solo
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I
See?
know. That's his like
That's
number
Forrest
one.
Frank. That's his.
Well,
type
yeah,
of
I knew.
music.
I thought that was on his album though.
No, it's on Surfaces album.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Were
Gotcha.
they weren't Christian then, were they? Was he saved? then?
Forrest has always been saved,
Oh, okay.
but they, you know,
It's like Switchfoot and Skillet. And,
Got it.
Yeah.
Copy. I'm tracking.
respectfully.
Oh yeah, that
do
Jake
it
dude
too.
is saved too.
Who?
The one with the Jake with the V in
Yeah,
it.
he is.
He is.
Oh.
He has that song with a fire piano to start. There's another dude I follow. His name is 100 Gram. He makes fire music. He
Did we
loves
get
Jesus.
Zay's favorite conspiracy theory?
Yo, tell 100 Gram we love him, man. Send
What is
send
your
love his way,
favorite
man.
conspiracy? If there was one you had to pick out of a hat
favorite?
that
You know
you
what,
think,
I-
you know
I-
what, this
I don't
one's
know.
got to be real.
I want to say something.
Oh,
on the
okay.
moon one.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You do.
Cole
yours
wants to
first.
redeem himself.
I got to pull up some info.
He's
Because
pulling
since the
up
last
info.
podcast, Tim has been sending me.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Like the
getting
9/11
all
stuff?
of their. I already know the
Flat Earth.
9/11. I already believe that. But
Yeah,
the flat Earth
absolutely.
one,
Dude, I
hate it. It's not true. And I also
know,
saw
man.
Sam
I don't
entertaining
know.
in the comments that the moon isn't real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my favorite artist, my favorite songwriter
J. Cole. Or is it Drake?
is John Bellion.
He's fire.
Favorite singer, favorite artist, favorite songwriter, John Bellion. Phenomenal, and then Molly Music as well.
All right. What
Um,
favorite conspiracy theory, Zay? Yo, don't let Zay fool you. Like, he's right there with us. Right there with us. You might
true.
not hear it as
Feeling
much.
blessed.
It's true. I don't really talk about it a lot. One. All right, here we go. One that's kind of like scared me a lot is the and I don't know if y'all think this is real or not, but like the reptilians type stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, that stuff is like creepy.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, I've seen a lot. I've seen some pretty strong arguments for it. Yeah. The
Yeah.
elites are like the reptilian. Yeah.
Wild.
Creepy stuff.
Wild.
Absolutely.
Are we talking about like
Like
I
a
can't.
mainstream conspiracy.
I'm in my
can't
research
talk about
bag
that.
right now. I had to make
Um,
sure I get this right.
All right. What were you going to say?
I would say that Zay wasn't finished.
It's cool. You good. I promise. Go ahead, please. Been doing it the whole day. Enjoy. Make it worth it.
I would say this. I think there's a lot of people. So the moon landing, people were. That
That's
was
what
one
you're
that I was like, oh,
defending?
didn't you know? That is what I'm defending, because
Bro.
from everything I looked into on an unbiased standpoint,
Mhm.
and I really looked at a lot of evidence.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that people will be like, this doesn't make sense, right? Like the shadows on the rocks and things like that, and the way they like were holding the camera with like
He like
thicker
actually
gloves.
deep dived this after
Yeah, I
the last
did.
episode.
And I will say that I think for somebody like naturally looking at the situation, that is immediately I'm like, oh yeah, this is cap. But then when I actually look at like people's explanations of those things and like more evidence that's pretty conclusive, I'm like, I just think that at the end of the day, I can still ride on the fact that I'm not 100%. Like, I don't think I can be 100%. But I will say, like, I believe virtually it's nearly 100% reality that they did go to the moon.
No,
'Cause so,
I know people who have worked for NASA, and
I mean, yeah,
they-
but they're part of the PSYOP is what people say. I
What do you mean,
also
why can't
I
we
don't
go
think it's
again?
about not being able to
Haven't
go
we
it
gone
again. No, I don't.
We don't have the technology anymore, is what they said.
No, I see. I don't think
Oh.
it's about not being
That's
able
wild.
to go again. I think it's the fact that it's like
Not a priority.
to be able to invest the amount of money we need to acquire that technology is not worth it. We already proved our point. What's the value of us going to the moon? And so I think it's about funding they receive. So like,
Okay.
is the government going to
So
give them funding?
coal is not for a fake moon landing. Isaiah's not. I think.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, my bad. Whoa.
Just because people say it, don't mean it's true.
Okay, so Isaiah's on the fence.
9/11
Is that your one?
was the
So-
yeah, of course that planes made, the gas trickled down the
Okay,
metal
that one I
bars.
disagree with you on immediately.
Wait,
And-
you think?
and-
Wait. So what are you saying about 9/11?
Brother, we know it was an inside job.
Okay,
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
agree.
100%.
Yeah.
How
Now I don't
in the
know
world-
how. I don't know
How
if
do they not topple over? But they
there
crashed straight
there
down.
are different arguments where like there was no planes at all. They were like Project Bluebeam. There was like a lot of things on that. I don't know what direction. I just know it had to be an inside job. That's my
Absolutely.
stance on it. I will
Had to be.
never. No one can convince me it was not.
That one is a fact.
Yeah.
See the moon one. I also think that like look at this. Apollo's missions placed reflectors, mirror panels on the moon surface. Scientists still bounce lasers off them today, measure Earth moon's distance. So I think like when we hear that, we're like, okay, that could be an explanation they give.
Mhm.
But in my mind, I'm putting myself like, if there's like so many things that, like to somebody who's actually in the profession, they would probably look at you and be like, you're just stupid.
Probably. Yeah.
So
that's
like for example, the flat earthers.
Mhm.
I follow this dude who like gives his life update on like living in the South Pole,
Mhm.
and he's like on a
Chinese
research
drones
team.
is crazy.
And one of the things about being on flat Earth is that there can be no such thing as the 24-hour sun. Like it has to, or 24-hour
round Earth, you
darkness. At the pole, right? If we're flat, then it can't. The sun is rotating around us. Then the sun has to disappear everywhere. So then they're like, yo. So then
Yeah, what
they're
if the
like, yo.
sun's
So
not-
what this
Whoa.
dude did is he brought a group. So to him, when people are like flat Earth, and they make all these really good points, he's like, you're stupid. Like there's no way that like I live my life in this area and realm of like where that's the base of what you have to be at. And I know people have an explanation, but he was flying people to the South
to
Pole
show them.
and he was waiting with them for 24 hours and like he was recording their reactions because it literally breaks down their entire belief system because that's like one of the core things.
That one, I have heard such good arguments either way
Mhm.
that I'm like, I don't know.
Y'all
But I
believe-
could see it being flat
believe
or
in
round or
aliens?
like dome. In aliens, that we said? Probably.
Y'all believe in aliens?
I would imagine. Couldn't they just be demons?
Yeah, I believe it. I think the
They're going to
alien
hear
one is
that on the
irrelevant.
mic, by the way.
Oh, oops. I'm getting a little too
Also,
happy.
yeah, the mic
Uh,
stands on the table.
Yeah, I'm re-say what I just said. I think the alien one's a little. I think like it's as Christians we can sit back and be like, it's cool if it is, it's cool if it's not, but it's kind of irrelevant.
All right. Do we have one more question we can find? We have 2 minutes.
One more question.
One more question, guys.
And
Throw it in the
good
chat.
one, bro.
Make it a good one.
7-Eleven was a part-time job. You're not lying.
I will answer real quick. We did have a winner for our merch competition. It was Connor, and the merch is on our website right now.
Dude, what
I
did
don't
Buddy
remember
say?
his handle, but it was Faces of YGC. Can you scroll down and see if it is
What did Buddy
updated to the
say?
chat? Sorry.
What
Oh,
did
there it is,
Buddy
there.
say? I think Buddy agrees with me on the moon, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions, guys, we have like 1 minute left. Throw it
1
in.
minute.
Don't let us end on a
Can you
merch.
see what
Come
Buddy
on,
said?
bro.
Can you see what Buddy said?
A good question. He just said there was no reason for us to need to go to the moon again.
Got it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Buddy's not on my side. Of the
Mike
one.
Wingers makes a biblical argument against flat Earth. Yeah, I love Mike Winger with like 90% of what.
All
he
right,
says.
you guys might just leave us hanging.
That's crazy.
Did
Oh, there we go.
Diddy kill Tupac and Biggie? Have you
we
ever
have
heard?
not heard. I haven't heard of the dead internet theory.
Have you ever heard about what is that? I have no
internet
idea.
theory. I haven't. All right, guys. We love y'all.
We need ChatGPT to look it up.
You did put in a super chat question. Maybe we missed. I'm sorry, Michael.
I saw it, Mike. He was asking us.
Oh,
about
Connor's on
church-
with us today. Yeah, Connor right there.
He was asking us about
STUTZ.art
church staff
is his
hires.
handle, and he won our merch competition. He killed it. Is Michael Jackson dead? All right,
Yes.
10, 9,
Michael,
8, 7.
DM me, man.
We
Yes.
love you all. Thank you for listening to this After Hours episode just for you, the fans.
Enjoy it.
We love you all, and we will see you soon.
See ya.